Tonight's Showdown Game of the Week on My New 32 is brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza, Italian food, Irish spirit, Packerland Home Improvement, it's your home, Simon's Specialty Cheese, home of world champion cheeses, Cobison Buses, family pride in every ride, and Gandrud West Mason Value Center, where selection, dependability, and value collide. From Freedom, Wisconsin, it's time for live coverage of high school football. Tonight, we return to the Northeastern Conference as undefeated Freedom plays host to Little Chute. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the broadcast alongside John Mito.
Hi,
I'm
Teddy.
Ted Stefaniak.
Doesn't it feel like football weather?
Yeah, week 7. Weren't we sweating a couple weeks ago?
Yes, we were. Mosquitoes were going crazy and all those things. It's nice. I like this.
We can report tonight, no mosquitoes.
None whatsoever. They've all died.
But we do have a great game for you. Tell you what, there are all kinds of great rivalries around the state, around the country, but this one's a little unique as well.
It really is. Should I bring out the sign?
Yeah, bring out the sign, Johnny.
How do you get from Freedom to Little Chute, Teddy? What route do you take?
There are different ways you can take, but I would probably take Highway N.
Exactly. So obviously, years and years ago, somebody must have borrowed this site because this has been going on. What is this, the 36th year now they're playing for this?
Yes.
36 years, and they're separated by one game after all those years. Isn't that amazing?
38th.
38th. I'm
38th,
sorry.
yeah.
I added it up in my head, and I came out wrong.
I didn't want to make you look bad.
Thank you, Teddy. You never do that. But anyway, how cool is this? Isn't this really cool? And the thing is, you go all the way back, 1970 was the first year they did it. Now, Little Chute won it last year, so they own it. But the winner tonight, of course, if it is Freedom, will tie it up after all these years. 1970. Yeah. You were barely born in 1970.
Me?
Yes.
I was alive for a few years.
Okay, because I was 4. So this is amazing how long this has been going on.
4?
Yeah, 4. I'm sticking with that.
Okay.
That's what we're going.
All right, we'll check on that during the break.
There's no checking.
There's no checking. How about if we check on the standings of the Northeastern Conference? You'll see exactly what's happening here. Freedom, wow, they had a great run. 6-0, 5-0 in conference play. They've just been able to get it done.
Yeah, there's no question. Boy, they throw the ball nice. You know, we're talking a little bit more about that down the road here with Coach, but Chris Grayson, you know, legendary coach from around here offensively, played in the pros for a while and everything, had a great career in arena ball, and he's put together quite the passing attack for Freedom. You know, they're not big at all. They're one of the smallest offensive lines I've seen in a while. But now this Little Chute team, boy, did they lose a heartbreaker last night against a really good Wrightstown team. 7-3, they scored. They kicked the field goal with just a couple minutes left and a couple of big plays, and Wrightstown went right down the field for a heartbreaker for them. So we'll see how they bounce back, because up until about the last 30 seconds, they thought they were 5-1 coming into this game.
Yeah, and that was a heartbreaker for Little Chute in their homecoming going down in the last minute. But when you look at that team, they've got a little more size. When you compare the two
They're
teams.
kind of a typical Little Chute team. They will really hit you. They will power you. They'll always have somebody about 220 running the football. They'll have linebackers about 200 pounds that'll come up and smack you right in the face. They won't do anything fancy. They will just come after you. That's the way they like to play. Kind of like their coach, kind of like his philosophy. He was a big lineman back in the day in at Mankato State and place like that. He's not going to try to do anything pretty or anything like that. Everybody knows what they're going to do coming into the game, and it's the old line, can you stop us? That's how it breaks down.
Yeah, and Little Chute coach Ted Evers, the former Freedom coach here, so he knows a little bit about this school.
Certainly does.
And this team. But when you look at this Freedom team, though, too, I mean, they've got a lot of experienced kids coming back from last year, some all-conference kids, and they've just found a way to get it done week in and week out.
Yeah, they really and truly have. And, you know, they do have balance. They can run the football. I know it's a little bit of a passing-type scheme that they run, but they can run the football as well. And we're going to talk at halftime with one of the legendary old coaches from the, I shouldn't say old, just one of the legendary coaches, Larry Brick, who has been coaching for 62 years, his 62nd year, and had a good talk with him a little while ago about when you have smaller linemen like that, you just get after it. Just plain and simple, toughness is what it comes down to. It doesn't come down to size. It simply comes down to who's tougher at that line of scrimmage. Old school, but I think it still applies even now.
And we will hear from Larry in your interview at halftime tonight. Looking forward to a great game tonight here in the Northeastern Conference. Little Chute and Freedom think the first time we've ever been to Freedom.
First time we've ever been to Freedom. I'll tell you what, the
field looks great. I was a little bit
with
worried
all
coming
the rain,
into this
I couldn't cut my lawn for 2 weeks. I'm not even kidding about that. And I walked on this in pregame, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's lush, it's nice, it's soft, but it's not like the turf's going to come up or anything like that.
Nope.
It looks fantastic. Great drainage here. You know, one of the few that we do that's not the new artificial type turf, but they've done it right here when they put this in with the drainage and things like this and that little bit of a curb you see going over the top. So there's still a place for some of the natural grass fields if they're taken care of right.
Should be a fun game tonight. Freedom and a Little Chute. Glad you can be with us. The pregame show continues with the coaches' interviews after this timeout. The Sports Showdown broadcast schedule continues next week with a non-conference matchup as West Appear visits Wrightstown. Our pregame show starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7. It's right here on Sports Showdown. Tonight we got a good one for you in the Northeastern Conference as Little Chute has made the short drive over to Freedom tonight. Time to hear from the coaches. Brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza. Gallagher's Pizza now with 4 locations in De Pere, East Green Bay, West Green Bay, and of course their newest location in Swamico. Let's start with Little Chute. They're one win away from clinching a playoff spot. And they'd also love to spoil the perfect record of their rivals from Freedom. We had a chance to talk with their head coach, Ted Evers.
Well, thank you very much today. Well, Coach, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. You guys are off to a nice start, but a heartbreaker last week. We can get that one out of the way.
No doubt. It was definitely a heartbreaker, but our kids battled. I was very proud of their effort, and we didn't give up till the very end. And Wrightstown's a fantastic team. Yeah. Just proud of the effort that we played with last week, and hopefully we can duplicate that this week.
You know, just in following you guys this year, you'd be a tough team to scout because you're very equal across the board. Play tough D, real tough D, and then you can run, you can throw, and it'd be pretty tough to key on one aspect.
Well, I'd like to think so. We'd like to be as balanced as we can on offense. Obviously, we take pride in our running game, but we want to be able to throw the ball as well. And defensively, we have been playing really well this year. But tonight's going to be a big challenge for us.
What is it with you guys philosophy-wise on defense? You really get after it.
Yeah, we want to play hard, we want to play low, and we want to play fast, and we really want to be physical on that side of the ball, and we want to get to the football, and the kids are buying in.
And you got to do that in this conference right now, don't you?
There's no question about it.
I mean, it's an aggressive conference.
Yeah, every week you're going to be tested, and tonight's no different.
What do you see on film with these guys?
They're not the biggest team that we've played all year, but they might be the fastest. They are very athletic, very explosive. They could go the distance at any point, so we need to really be disciplined tonight.
That's the thing, they've gotten off to a slow start in a couple of ball games, then all of a sudden, bing, 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 they're down the field.
Yeah, well, we'll be, we don't think they're going to get off to a slow start tonight. We'll be ready for them. I think they'll come out ready to play.
Who are some of the guys on your team we should look for?
Well, I think it starts on the line. We really like our number 77, Nate Hippis, as a defensive tackle and an offensive guard. He's a big kid. He's a real good athlete, and he's having a real nice year. And Tate Huss, we like him as a defensive back and a wide receiver. And obviously these aren't the only guys, but also Jake DeBruin, running back, safety. He's been having a real nice year too.
Your sophomore quarterback, any growing pains?
He has made huge strides from week 1 to now, and I'm excited to watch him play tonight.
I'm excited to watch this game tonight.
Awesome. Me too.
Thanks very much for joining me, Coach.
Thank you.
Best of luck.
All right, thanks.
Teddy?
All right, thank you. Thank you very much, guys. All right, Freedom, of course, 6-0 on the season, undefeated. They're ranked number 2 in the state, according to WizSports.net. We've got a really good team, and Mino had a chance to talk with their head coach, Frank Mattia.
Well, thank you very much, Teddy. Well, Coach, first of all, congratulations on getting off to a nice start this year. This is a nice-looking team you've got going here.
I mean, so far so good. I think for any team to have a nice run like that, there has to be a few spots where you have some good fortune go your way. But sure. I've also been real pleased with how the kids have been playing. Actually playing fast. We're not very big, so we have to play fast.
That's one thing I did notice on your offensive line going through the stats. You got some smaller kids, but they just get after it, and they're giving your quarterback plenty of time to throw a football, it seems.
Again, so far so good. Yeah, they do a nice job in pass protection, and we really do have a lot of good competition in practice that so far has been transferring to the field, even against a run of teams that are bigger than us in size.
Now, when you guys go up against the teams with the bigger size like that, how do you approach it with your kids? Is it just do what you've done every time out, or how do you approach it?
I mean, every game's different. You have specific game plans for this or that, but the biggest thing is we try to get the ball. We're very good with our skill players, and we try to get the ball to our skill players in positions where they can have an opportunity to make a play, make one guy miss. And our linemen have been really excellent at honestly learning a lot of different things. We ask a lot of them mentally, and they're up to it.
Our era used to be the crab block. Do you still do the crab blocks?
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Okay, that one's gone.
It's in the
still pull it out that
often. Yeah. It does not as much as when we were kids.
It is a pretty sophisticated passing attack though you have, isn't it?
Well, again, that goes with the kids, but it also goes with our offensive coordinator, Chris Greisen, who, with 14 years of pro football experience and 4 in the NFL, and being just a fantastic teacher. When we do happen to have some skill players with some talent, he is fully capable of taking a lot of advantage.
He's one of the first guys around here that I saw where he hammered into kids about reading the defense, not just looking for a receiver, but reading that defense and going where you need to go.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure our quarterbacks wake up at night in a sweat going, who can take the route away? Because that's, he really drills that into him. But it's just a pleasure to have a guy like that, teaching the kids and seeing how they pick up, a fairly sophisticated offense.
Absolutely. One last quick question for you. What do you see on tape with these guys?
Well, again, they're big, and they know they have a very clear identity. Ted's doing a great job over there, and we have to be ready for their, they don't make any bones about it. They're going to come at you with power and counter, and it's up to you to stop it or don't.
And just swarm on you on defense.
Absolutely. Yeah. They're very, very good at that. They're very good at pursuit. It's something we stress, and when you see another team doing it on film, you sure can't see it.
I think it's a great matchup.
Yeah, me too. I'm excited about it. I always get a little jumpy right about now. So, all right.
Coach, it's always great seeing you.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, too.
Take care, my friend. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, you bet.
Teddy?
All right, we've heard from the coaches. We're getting ready for this big matchup in the Northeastern Conference. Of course, it's Little Chute at Freedom. Freedom trying to protect their perfect record, standing at 6-0. The coaches' interviews tonight were brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza, with locations in De Pere, East Green Bay, West Green Bay, and their newest location in Swamico. Freedom, Little Chute coming up at the top of the hour. Take a listen to the band as we go out. They sound great. Don't you agree? You a 3? You're a 3. He's 3.
Okay.
Set.
What do you know? We're back.
Hey, it's very, very busy scene right now
Yes, it
here
is.
in Freedom, no doubt about it.
We have homecoming. We've got bands. We've got different teams on the field or
Former
on the
NFL
sideline
player
right
Clint
now.
Rewald, from head coach we're just talking to.
Yeah. Hopefully we can talk to him a little bit at
Yeah,
halftime.
that'd be great.
Trying
That'd
to
be
set
fun.
that interview up as well.
Yes.
And you were going to be talking to Larry Brick.
Yep, they'll be
course.
coming up at halftime.
And right now we've got a special guest as
That's
well.
very special.
Yeah, we had to bring him in because it's so cold out here. Someone's got to take the blame for this.
Oh.
Cameron Moreland from NBC 26.
We've
How
come
you
a
doing?
long way since August in Kiwanee.
We were just talking about it before the game. We
Well,
were
it
sweating.
It was
Or
very
Kimberly,
warm.
that first game or that second game, remember?
That's
Same
right.
thing, yeah.
Yeah.
High 80s, mid 80s.
Well, even in Bayport just a couple weeks ago,
Absolutely.
I mean, it was
Mosquitoes were
warm
nasty.
and humid, and the mosquitoes were absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So,
And you
I
said
loved
it might not get any better next week or moving forward
No.
here on
Yeah,
Friday
A week
nights.
from tonight, it could be actually in the 30s by now with gusty winds. Strong cold front going through next Thursday night into Friday morning, falling temperatures throughout the day. So, this might be
might be
actually
our
balmy
best
compared
one,
to
huh?
a week from tonight.
But actually, if anybody's
No doubt
coming
about
out
it.
here, I think it's warmer now than when we first showed up today. Don't
I
you?
totally agree. When
Yeah.
we first got here, I felt like I should be able to see my breath.
I know.
You
And
know,
that wind.
I still can't see it yet, but it feels like it. I'm just not used to this chilly weather yet. No doubt
You know
about
what I
it.
get a kick out? I mean, this guy runs marathons, does whatever, perfect shape, okay? You know what I hate about guys like that? Because they can eat anything they want. I go, hey, Cameron. I said, the Booster Club brought us a whole thing of cookies like you can't believe. He goes, what?
Cookies!
He makes a feel What?
Well,
Cookies?
I've come back several times.
I know.
The cookies are delicious.
But he can do it.
I almost missed my last hit on NBC 26 at 6 because I was over at the cookie platter here.
Aren't they awesome, though?
Yeah, they're all in the back, in the control room back at NBC 26. You going to bring us home some of those cookies?
Absolutely. Bring 'em
I don't
back
know.
some.
Between myself, Mino, and Ted, I don't think
I
there's
don't
going
know
to be
there's
many
gonna be a
left.
lot left. I don't think so either. I don't think
And again, who do we have to thank for those?
The Irish Booster Club here.
Yeah.
The Irish Booster Club, the Freedom Irish Booster Club. Very nice of them to do that. Took care of the whole crew and everybody.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
we appreciate that. So, Cameron, thanks for stopping by and see
pleasure.
what you can do to turn up the weather just a little bit for us the rest of the
kickoff
way.
temperatures upper 40s to around 50. The first time I've seen all the people actually with the blankets out
Yeah.
so far
First
this
time
year.
this year.
Yeah.
Is that time?
Yep.
Yeah. Mino and I snuggle up a little bit when it gets cold up there. So.
I've seen it. He's not joking around.
All right.
Okay, a little.
A little bit. All right, we've got to take a timeout, but we're getting closer and closer to kickoff. Freedom and Little Shoe coming up at the top of the hour. Cameron, thanks for stopping by. We'll be right back. And we're back at Freedom High School getting ready for Little Chute Freedom, John, and big game in the Northeastern Conference. Of course, Freedom's already into the playoffs. A win tonight for Little Chute gets them in.
Absolutely. So a huge ball game once again. Freedom undefeated, just playing some tremendous football. Little Chute off to a phenomenal start, had a heartbreaker, losing 7-3 in the last seconds last week to Wrightstown. And we're getting set for our national anthem with a good-looking American Legion color guard out there.
Along with all the branches of service flags. The veterans all are members of the Freedom VFW Post 7692 and are all graduates of Freedom High School, the class of 1966. They are Jerry Wires, Jim Reeder, Dennis Tecklin, Dennis Peters, Alan Afa, John Colmez, Bruce Pointer, Jack Van Eperen, Jack Van Hook, and Mike Mosier. We thank you all for your service along with all the veterans here tonight, past and present. And now, to honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats, and place your hand over the heart for the singing of the national anthem by Freedom High School Choir and alumni under the direction of Miss Lori Mays.
Freedom Little Chute kickoff coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. Tonight's Showdown Game of the Week on My New 32 is brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza, Italian food, Irish spirit. Packerland Home Improvement, it's your home. Simon's Specialty Cheese, home of world champion cheeses. Cobison Buses, family pride in every ride. And Gandrud West Mason Value Center, where selection, dependability, and value collide. From Freedom, Wisconsin, it's time for live coverage of high school football. Tonight, we return to the Northeastern Conference's undefeated Freedom plays host to Little Chute. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. Alongside John Mino, I'm Ted Stefaniak. John, big game here in the Northeastern Conference. Freedom, number 2 ranked team in the state with their perfect 6-0 record.
Yeah, absolutely. This will be a tough test, though. You know, kind of a two polar opposites. Freedom really likes to throw the football quite a bit. Thrown for over 1,000 yards already in 6 games this year. Little Chute just the opposite. Balanced about 500, 600 between offense, between rushing and passing. A little bit more of an in-your-face kind of an offense. Like to go with a little bit more power, get those big, strong running backs, those big thighs, kind of bust up the line a little bit. So kind of polar opposites, but two teams that really like to go after one another. As we showed earlier, since 1970, they've been playing for the County Road Ensign, and there's only one game separating the two, which is pretty amazing in all those years.
19-18, Freedom has the lead. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Little Chute on the offense. Cade Van Asten, the quarterback for him, over 600 yards, passing 7 touchdowns.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah, nice-looking quarterback.
58% completion rate.
Tate Huss, 23 receptions. The line is anchored by center Nick Wiegand. Take a look at the Little Chute defense now. Mustangs 3 pass rushers, sharing the team lead with 3 sacks apiece. They can get after the ball.
Yeah, and they've really got some tough linebackers. Verstegen and some of the other ones there, Jansen, they will really come up quickly and fill.
All right, we'll take a look at the Freedom starters in just a moment, but first, the kickoff.
Let's have a little thing called Kickoff, Teddy.
Yeah,
get it rocking
get
here.
This thing rocking and rolling. It is Freedom in their green uniforms with the gold trim, ready to kick off to Little Chute. Blue pants, white jerseys, white helmet with the blue trim.
And this field looks great with all the rain we've had. And this isn't one of those artificial type fields. This is natural turf, but it's got a good crown to it, has great drainage. They had 3 middle school games here last night. You'd think it'd be torn up. It's not. It's in fantastic shape.
And Carson Holfacker, the kicker.
Kicker, punter, wide receiver, and defensive back.
Does a little bit of everything for the Irish. Ready to kick things off. And we are underway, week 7 of the high school football season. This one fielded at the 15, dropped for a moment, and then returned Tate Huss, bringing it out to about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, a little bit of a bobble, kind of messed things up as far as with the return, but not bad field position, starting, as you mentioned, on the 25. So go ahead. So as you mentioned with Little Chute, they've got the sophomore quarterback. He's gotten off to a great start. Kane Van Asten. No growing pains, just being a sophomore, and he's really done a nice job.
Won't run very much, but he does like to throw. So they do start this first drive on the 24-yard line. A couple of receivers split to the left. They give it straight up the middle, and no gain on that play.
Coming up quickly from the secondary, doing a nice job. Noah Chadre coming up and really smelling that play quickly from his linebacker position. Came over from the left side. And came over and made the stop at the ankles. Maybe about a 1.5 gain, huh?
Yeah. They'll mark it 2nd and 9. We'll go deep into the play clock here, John.
I guess.
Still calling the play in the huddle.
Chadre 5'8", 175. Yeah, this is really long. We'll see if the back judge, watch if he just raised his hand, which means they've got 10 seconds. Now 5.
Jansen in motion. We'll keep a good fake on that one.
Little RTO read option, huh? Reeve Lambrick came up to make the stop. He's also the quarterback for Freedom, number 7. Came up for the safety position, made the tackle. Pretty good hit for a quarterback right there. We see a lot more
teams.
Yeah, isn't that amazing how many times
usually
quarterbacks not play
backs as
right.
quarterbacks? So a 3rd and 8 here. Coming up for Little Chute. Huss favorite target so far this season for Van Asten. He is to the left. Goes in motion now. Make the jet sweep. Van Asten in trouble, and down he goes. 4th down coming up.
Wow, that pass rush for Freedom just got in there so fast. It was incredible. 3 guys got in there, but really it was Quinn Taggy, number 80, 6'3", 183-pound junior, tight end defensive lineman who got in there first. He kind of got in the quarterback's face, and the quarterback had no escape routes because he had green jerseys both on the right and the left-hand side. So what a great defensive stand for Freedom on the first series of the ball game.
So it is Huss back to punt. He'll do a little bit of everything tonight as well. Pressure coming.
And, okay, no roughing.
It's close to blocking that one. Fielded at about the 45 and then brought out to the opposite 45. We'll take a break. This is Showdown on My New 32. First and 10 on the Little Chute 45 is where Freedom begins their first drive of the ball game. Handoff coming to the near sideline, turns the corner, and off to the races they go. First play, touchdown, Freedom.
Wow.
John
Go ahead. Another one of those guys that does a little bit of everything, but he just took that handoff and he just went. Wow. From the 45, came into the ball game as one of their leading running backs, and I'll tell you what, he didn't do anything to hurt his standing right there. Verhaslett just took the handoff, took it around that right side, cut inside, and then just outran everybody. So first play of the ball game, 45-yard touchdown run. Wow. That's pretty incredible. Although we've seen that before this year. we have seen that before.
I'm going to bring that up.
Extra point is good.
And who was the man who kicked it?
I think it was that same guy.
Verhaslett.
Wow.
It is 7-0 free. Well, just like that, Johnny, 7-0 Freedom.
Just like that. That took about 8 seconds maybe for him to go that distance for the 45 yards, maybe even less. Verhaslett just took that hand up, took it on the right side, made one juke to the inside, and then just outraced all the white jerseys to the end zone for the 7-0 lead. We came into this ball game talking about Freedom, their vaunted passing attack, which they have had all year, but you know, this running attack isn't anything to like sneeze at. They also can do a great job running the football. It's just they put up so many big numbers with the passing game that you would think they're a passing-only team, and they're not.
Verhaslett kicks away. Tate fields it at the 10-yard line. Nice job dancing for a little bit. Brings it on across the 20, and that is where Little Chute will begin their second drive. Not much of a drive that first possession, Johnny. 3 and out.
3 and out. And you know that whole first possession, even from the opening kickoff, fumbled the opening kickoff, got it back to about the 25, but then just didn't really do anything on offense since then. 3 running plays, well, actually 2 running plays, tried to go back to pass and got sacked.
So they will start on the 20-yard line. 2 receivers to the left again. Van Asten looks left, now runs right. And gets it off, but a little low on the pass.
Low and incomplete. Andrew Rohde, I believe, the intended receiver that time. Went down for it, tried to make the catch. Couldn't quite do it. Nice job of rolling out that time. Buying time. Looking left, selling it.
We got a good block.
Couple of nice blocks right there. That's right. Another nice block right there. but actually really good coverage as well. I think if that pass had been higher, it had a chance of being picked.
So second down for the Mustangs. And in motion, they fake the Jets sweep.
Wow.
Draw up the middle.
Chaudry came up again, number 9, Noah Chaudry. The quarterback came up and just made a big hit. 5'8", 175, who simply plays a lot bigger. He came up in a hurry to make that stop. So another now 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 for Little Chute. Who really hasn't had any positive yardage yet.
Ball still sitting on the 20-yard line. From the shotgun. Right across the middle, and that is nearly picked off.
Yeah, threw into coverage once again. Freedom had number 7 back there, Reeve Lambrecht, who had a chance at the interception. Nice protection.
Yeah, the receiver turns into a defender here.
Right, that was double coverage. Actually, 2 Little Chute receivers in such a small area, and there were about 4 defenders, 4 green shirts, so well defense that time on the part of Freedom.
And handle the intended receiver, or excuse me, Rhodey, the intended receiver. Second punt of the game for Little Chute. This one bounces at the 45 and will go out at the 48. So we'll step away again. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. So Freedom begins this drive on the Little Chute 48-yard line. First play from scrimmage.
Reese Mantefel with the carry, gain of about 3. Gets over the 45, down to about the 44-yard line. So again, Freedom, which came into the ball game having thrown for over 1,000 yards, yet to put one up in the air. They haven't had to. Trips wide receivers on the right, though.
That's only their third play, John. Give them a break.
Nice play by the quarterback that time. Read it right.
Keep it on the ground and pick up another first down. Well, actually, their first down
Yeah,
of
exactly.
the game.
Nice job that time. Nice fake. Played the belly. Watched the tackle. Pulled it out. Picked up the first down. Gave him about 8. Right there. Nice job. You see that defensive lineman go out after the man, and that's what the quarterback read.
A nice size for Lambrecht.
Really nice size. Tough kid, too. Wow.
Seen him on defense already. Now that quarterback,
75.
yeah, quarterback position. Where's number 7? So first and 10 now from the 36, and whistles. And I think a timeout coming up here for Freedom.
Yep.
Not sure if they were looking at a delay or just something that Coach Matea didn't like.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I didn't think they were taking that long in the huddle, to be honest with you. You know, I like that new rule, though, Ted, with the officials raising his arm up, the back judge raising his arm with 10 seconds left. And then what does he do? Does he wind it down from 5 down?
When it gets to 5, then he starts counting off. So,
okay.
So then that arm, instead of being straight up, just kind of moves back and forth.
Because really, up until then, quarterbacks had no idea. I mean, you had to have that little clock in your head to try to figure out how long you're taking.
Brian Krause, you saw out there in the white cap, our head official tonight. There he is.
Is he our mic'd up man?
He's mic'd up and ready to go.
Chris Grayson going out and talked to his quarterback. Grayson, of course, former NFL player for a while, a star in the Arena League. He's been around football for a long time.
He came over and chatted with us before the game.
Yes, we had a good talk, didn't we?
You guys have some stories we can't share on the air.
None. And he's a really nice guy.
Yes, he is. That's mostly you.
I know. It's always that way.
So another first and 10 over the top. Had the man open.
Yeah, he did. Quinn Taggy, his 6'3" tight end, was open, had a step on him, and this ball just drifted. Yeah, he definitely had a step.
It's a little bit of wind, and I would say
Well,
The wind is coming. They're throwing into the wind right now.
I think the quarterback got rid of it a little quicker than he really had to. He kind of threw it off his back foot. He had time to set up, really step into it, and drop it into his tight end's basket.
So a 2nd and 10.
Trips wide receivers to the right once again. Of course, means just 3 wide receivers. This one sailed as well. There really isn't much wind at all, Ted. I'm watching the flag. It's kind of wrapped around the flagpole, but I don't really see much wind at all. It was blowing a lot harder when we first got here.
Yeah,
today.
about 5 o'clock when we
Oh, man, when we
up.
stepped out of the car. It's like, what's the wind chill? But then that died down. No, a couple of them just got away from him, or maybe he thought the receiver, actually, again, once it's his tight end, was going to cut his route a little bit short.
So a 3rd down. Lambert.
Pressure.
And has a man, and that is almost picked off. Well, that one was a little high,
Yeah,
too.
that one
Looking for
sailed,
Connor
too.
Dickrell.
Yep, Connor Dickrell, a wide receiver, 6'1". So 3 passes that he had a shot at, and just for whatever reason, just didn't connect. Early in the game, I mean, those things happen, but almost picked off then with the rebound right there.
Yeah, almost like you're a little bit too psyched up for the game.
Absolutely, no question. That's the feeling I have. That's why, I'm not telling any coaches how to coach, but that's what I remember last week in our Schwabenon game. I love the fact that quarterback, who had an amazing night, had a couple of real easy completions early on. Nice job right there. Really nice job that time. Trying to make something out of nothing, really. Tate Huss, number 12. I'll tell you what, he could have been down around the 5-yard line, and he just simply fought his way out to the 15. So the field position could have been a lot worse. But he just did a great job of just fighting and spinning and keeping his feet. That's just right there. Breaks a tackle right there. Breaks a tackle right there. Runs into his own man. Breaks a tackle right there. Breaks a tackle right there. What a great effort. Nice job, young man. Really nice.
Yeah, that's what you're going to need tonight. 7:06 remaining in this first quarter. It is Freedom with a 7-0 lead. Little Chute with the ball on their own 25 to start this drive. Put a man in motion. Rhodey. And they just hand it off to DeBruin.
Gets about 3. Big block out there that time by number 77, Nathan Hippis. 5'11", 300 pounds. Number 77, Nathan Hippis. Get out there, got a block. It's a lead blocker. You see him coming there. He's pulling right there. Knocks his man out of the way. Tell you what, number 9 comes up and makes a lot of plays, though, doesn't he? Chaudry.
Getting after it tonight.
Both safeties. You got the strong safety and the free safety. Both come up and make a lot of plays. Great recognition on their part.
Huss is split to the left this time as they keep it on the ground.
That's the power game. That's a Jacob DeBruin that time. 6'2", 165 pounds. That's kind of what Little Chute is known for, having that kind of a power running back. Just kind of plowing your way downfield. Bring up a 3rd and 2.
Back-to-back carries for DeBruin. Over 500 yards rushing this season.
Yeah, having a nice year. Really nice year. Averaging 7 yards per carry.
Little Chute comes into this game missing their starting fullback tonight. Been out a couple of weeks. Noah Craig suffered an injury a couple of weeks ago. So a 3rd and 3. Fake the handoff this time. Van Asten looks down the field on the far side, has a man, and connects. First down, and then some. Now it's one-on-one.
Wow, nice move.
And
nice
down
power.
near the 35-yard line.
Ryan Verstegen, what a nice effort. Wow. He's better known as an excellent inside linebacker, but what a nice job that time coming out of the backfield, making this catch and really making something happen on 3rd and 3.
So
boy, great field awareness, wasn't it?
First big play of the game for Little Chute. That
gets him on the other side of the field. Gets it down to the 35-yard line of Freedom.
Closing in on 5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. Huss again, wide left. Looking that way, throws downfield, looking for Huss, and that one is
intercepted.
picked off. Wow!
Big play, going up and grabbing it, John Verhassel.
Doing a little bit of everything.
He
We said
sure
at the
is.
beginning of the game.
That's right. He's a wide receiver, defensive back, kicker, punter. Does it all. And this time he just goes high. It was one-on-one receiver versus the defensive back. And
He made a great play.
Trust me, he made a great play.
He's the man with the touchdown and now the interception. So Freedom takes over after the interception. Lambrick. It's a snap. Handoff. Verhasselt tries to get around the corner this time, and he's slowed down and taken down.
Good tackle over there, a physical tackle by number 19, Tim Peters. Only 5'6", 170 pounds, but I'll tell you what, he put all 170 pounds into that tackle. Held him to basically no gain.
No gain on the play. Second and 10.
So no gain on that play. 2nd and 10. And this time they connect through the air near the side, near the near sideline.
Connor Dickrell averaging 16 yards a catch. That was just a nice one-on-one play. Wide receiver, split out wide against the defensive back, one-on-one, made the nice sharp cut. The quarterback put it right where he needed to put it.
First and 10.
Just a real nice cut, nice hands, perfect throw.
At the 27-yard line.
And a first down.
Brings it up to the 27-yard line. Or 14, and they put 14 in motion. He's got the ball trying to turn the corner on that far side. Not a lot happening on that play.
Yeah, he kind of hesitated a little bit. Then the lights went out. Once again, number 30, who made the big play on offense, Ryan Verstegen, came over and turned the lights off on him after a gain of about 1. Looked like he had something going initially, didn't it? But it just didn't develop as quickly as they planned.
Yeah, those holes close up quick.
Well, that's
Mustangs are coming.
They do. This little Chute team, they really close quickly. As does Freedom. We've seen their DBs come up and do a great job on that.
Screen pass connected, and the first down and more. It's for Hasselt again.
One man.
Down.
Take it down.
At the 29-yard line.
And there was a flag. There's going to be a late hit on the quarterback, Ted. Lineman was coming in and really blasted the quarterback after he got rid of the football. So there will be added on to this, roughing the quarterback. I didn't quite catch the number, but I saw that one all the way, and I thought, well, even if they don't get a first down in this play, they're going to get a first down. See if we got it. Driving right there. And you can see where it was just coming in, the white flash. That play was set up nicely.
But again, we've already seen Verhassel score a touchdown. You just look at the speed once he gets the ball.
We got a personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. We're going to have first down.
Be really disappointed with the way they've started off this ball game. I mean, there's no question. They've played much better than this all season.
Had something going in that last drive.
Right.
Verhasselt has just been a one-man wrecking crew. Picks off his 6th interception this season in this game. So down to the 15-yard line, and Freedom is in position again. Lambert, high snap, and looking downfield, and decides to take it himself inside the 10 near the 5.
Yep, close to the 5-yard line. Nice job that time. He was looking downfield, didn't see anything open in the end zone, but he didn't give up on the play. He still picked up a good gain of about 9. But you know, one thing too about this Freedom team, when they start out running the ball as well as they have, and they're more noted for their passing, you have to respect every fake in that backfield, every single fake.
2 receivers each side.
Quarterback kept it.
Yeah, Lambrick. Oh. And they're going to blow that dead.
Tried to lateral, it seemed, didn't it?
Yeah, dangerous play
Ooh,
there.
wow. Really dangerous. Logan Lex, number 11, actually came up with it. I mean, this was an intentional lateral, right? Let's see this. Yeah, he wouldn't be laterering to his lineman, though. What was, I didn't see anybody back there in the backfield. That's all I saw was number 58. Nathan Sturm. I don't think he wanted anything to do with it.
Well, fortunate that that whistle blew. So now Lambrick spinning again.
Oh, nice job by the Little Chute defense that time. Verstegen, the first one to hit him, then closed off by number 32, Bennett Jansen. So Verstegen and Jansen, they both have 39 tackles coming into this ball game, leading the way.
It's your first opportunity to
Four down territory? Four down territory? It's too late.
It's too late.
I didn't get a chance. They already sent the kicker in. Let me have my space, Teddy.
And Hofacker comes in.
I have to ask you a quick thing, a stat that I must have missed.
Yeah.
He has 6 interceptions already this year?
And he does now.
That's incredible.
Yeah, had 5 coming in.
That's incredible. That might be tops in the state.
And this is up, and it is good.
Nice kick.
So 10-0, Freedom.
Well, I think Little Chute has to feel somewhat fortunate that they had it down there on about the 5-yard line, maybe even the 4-yard line, and held them to 3. So it looked like they were going in after they got that 9-yard gain on first down. So I think they're just waiting for this first quarter to get over with, regroup a little bit, catch your breath, because that quarter was owned by Freedom.
58 seconds remaining here in the first. Yeah, and really explosive play to start this game for Freedom. And now the nice drive that ends in a field goal.
So in case you joined us late, 45-yard run on the first play of the game for Freedom. Then an interception. Then another great run taken all the way down to the 9. But then Little Chute holds, keeps it to 3. So that's where we're at. 6 interceptions, though.
Yeah.
What do you think the lead is in the state? I mean, that's incredible.
6.
Wow.
We'll try to look that up during the break. It's got to be up there, though. The kickoff after the Freedom touchdown, fielded inside the 5-yard line. Huss out to the 20. Nice little return.
Nice return. He's had a couple of them now.
Yep.
The last one, he really made the punt return. Did a nice job. Could have been down to 5, made it out to the 20. So that's where they'll start. 20-yard line once again. It's getting a lot of action. Probably could have let that one roll into the end zone with the way it was going, but that's always quite. That's one of those things too, man. It's so much easier to say when you're up here. You know what he should have done? Versus when you're down there and you have 11
a bit easier for us.
Wild eyes guys coming after you.
So they do start exactly on the 20.
Quarterback keeper.
Van Aston.
Who he gets wrapped up.
Pick up a couple. Didn't get out of bounds, so the clock will continue to roll.
Freedom defense got over there in a hurry that time. Once again, coming up so fast is Lambrick. The quarterback, number 7, does a nice job. Gained about 2 on the play, but boy, that kid fills in a hurry. You know what? When somebody does that, you know he's a really smart football player, not just aggressive, because you know he's reading his keys. He's absolutely reading his keys and committing as quickly as possible.
Again, you're talking about a sophomore out there at quarterback. Keep it on the ground. It should be the final play.
No gain
of the first quarter. So 10-0. Freedom leads Little Chute after the first quarter. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. Back at Freedom High School, Ted Stefaniak, John Mino, week 7 of the high school football season, and Freedom off to a good start. The 6-0 second-ranked team in the state. Very impressive first play of the game.
And who's ahead of them in the state?
Who is ahead of them in the state right now? It's Kiel.
There you go.
Team we've seen.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the game. Remember, Teddy? It wasn't that long ago.
Always something.
Back gets sore after a while, my friend.
We have so many good teams in the area right now.
Lots of time. Great protection. But
I'll some more time.
Yep. Oh, and he overshoots his man. You know what they had? They had a unique play that time. They had 4 receivers far downfield, Ted. They were all running pretty much equal lateral out here to about midfield, and that's why he couldn't find anybody open because there was no separation because the defense for Freedom just kept fading back. So that's why he had to try to find one of his short men who was open for the first down and just overshot him.
Nolan Lamers, the intended receiver.
But he had 4 receivers almost running like a go pattern. Then the one out in the flat.
This brings up a 4th down, so Mustang showing punt. Tate Huss to do the punting. This one off the side of his foot.
Yep. I think it did hit a Freedom player.
And Gavin Haithman picks it up. A flag comes in. Haithman's in the end zone. No signal. Yeah, there it is. Touchdown Freedom, but I don't know what to see. The flag might be bringing this one back.
Right. What happened was the punt actually hit one of the Freedom guys running downfield. It hit him in the back. So, I mean, just a heads-up play. He picked it up.
We're going to have a personal foul,
he
a blindside block.
And took it the distance.
You guys want to take him back? 15 yards from that spot.
I didn't see what happened, but it had to be egregious because 2 flags came flying in a hurry.
Well, the flag wipes 6 points off the board.
See, it had hit 8, and then a nice job of picking it up. Oh, right there. Absolutely. Did you see that?
Right along the sideline?
Yes. Did you see that? Owen Tisdale, I believe it was number 5 for Freedom with the hit on the, what's the term, unprotected player? If we get a chance, I'd like to take another look at that because that's like the textbook of what they're really, really trying to do away with in football at every single level these days, at every level. I mean, years ago it would have been, you would have gotten a sticker decal on your helmet for a decleat type of block. But no luck. No, watch again, Ted. Watch here. Okay. Keep looking. Downfield. See the white jersey right there? Watch this. Boom. Right there. See that? That's what they're really trying to take out of the game.
So a 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line of Little Chute. A loss of 1 on the first play for Freedom here.
What about the 41-yard line?
But yeah, good, I mean, great point there, John. That was
yeah, that's what they're trying to get rid of. Got another score in here. Bayport 14-0 heading into the second quarter against that Ashwaubenon.
Yeah, a lot of people keeping an eye on that one tonight. A couple of undefeated teams in the FRCC.
Sure impressed with Ashwaubenon last week.
They're outstanding. Oh, they're running into a pretty good team in
Yeah,
Bayport
kind of impressed with them too. A little bit impressed.
It's another penalty flag.
Legal procedure.
Freedom.
You guys want to
Yeah, Bayport.
move them back 5 yards?
You know, they jumped ahead of Kimberly.
We got a dead ball. False start on the offense.
The voters decided
Repeat
to go with
second
I
down.
asked you that last
Here
week.
we go.
Remember that? If like those blowouts that they have, if that almost hurts you in the eyes of the voters, because it's like they might think, well, the competition isn't that stiff. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? That's just one of those questions you have to think about.
Well, rankings, the coaches will let you know, mean very little.
Right.
You want to get to the playoffs and prove it. This one, over
nice
the
ball.
top. Yeah, looking
it
for
was
Verhassel
there.
to get.
Absolutely. Verhassel had a chance on that one. That was a beautiful pass by that quarterback. He dropped that in there nicely. That one had a chance. Good coverage on the part of Little Chute. I believe it was Hunter Hermes out there in the coverage, one-on-one coverage. So Little Chute has a chance after what should have been a touchdown on that punt return, has a chance to get the Freedom offense off the field. Three wide receivers, right? Yeah,
five receivers in this.
3 right, 2 left.
On this 3rd and 16.
Nice
down the
arm.
field and the catch. Looking for the first down, and he is going to have it.
Yep.
What
Wow.
a play by Freedom.
Outstanding. Tremendous throw. Boy, the quarterback had lots of time. Nice job by the Freedom offensive line and just threw a frozen rope.
Let's take a look at this on our instant replay. Simon's Cheese, our instant replay sponsor. Simon's is the home of multiple world champion cheeses. Simon's Cheese, located off of Highway 41 at the Little Chute exit. Stop there today.
Connor Dickrell, number 14. What a great effort. Outstanding throw by the quarterback, but then he had to finish it off with the receiver, and he did. Handoff left side.
Fresh set of downs for Hasselt again.
Boy, that has to be demoralizing for the Freedom or for the Little Chute defense, though, don't you think? After a play like that, when you get them a 3rd and 15, and they still pick up the first down.
Well, they keep the chains moving.
I'm impressed with this Freedom offense. Wow. Good blocking right there. Really nice blocking by number 80, their big tight end. Did a great job. Quintaggy staying with it.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. Sitting on the 23-yard line. For Hasselt. Takes
toss.
the pitch. Now looking on the far sideline, trying to turn the corner like he did in the very beginning of the game, but that Mustang defense up to the task.
Yeah, number 30 for Stagen over there once again. Along with, let's see who else was that, number 11, Logan Lex. A couple of defenders getting over there just when it looked like he had enough of that first down, so he was about a yard short. Maybe a little bit less than a yard.
A short one for the Irish.
So 3rd and 1.
Very short one.
Very
here.
short one. Actually, quarterback's going under center for the first time. Something you don't see that often anymore.
Lambert takes the handoff.
Ooh, I don't think he got it.
The officials are running in. I would say probably not.
Reese Mandufel,
Yeah.
junior running back.
And 2 for on the carry.
4 down territory?
How many times did you say that in the first 5 weeks of the season?
Like
On
3.
on 2nd down.
Like 3 times. Wow. Wow, here we go. I give you a whole big platter of cookies tonight that I baked.
That you baked.
That I baked.
With the help of the Freedom Booster Club.
Yes, the Parents Club, Booster Club. Thank you so much. They gave us a platter of unbelievably great cookies. Thank you so very much for that. That was nice of them.
Now the guys in the truck are half asleep right now, taking a nap after all those cookies.
Oh, sugar coma. So 4th and 1. Dives for the first down.
Yeah, change of direction here.
Yeah. Nice job that time, taking it to the right and then diving in.
Reese Mantefel with the carry.
Neighbors in on the stop.
Although I was impressed with you. We had about 4 cookies, then 2 dogs to round up. That was interesting.
You know, it starts getting a little colder. You gotta put the feed bag on.
You know, the head coach for Freedom is a doctor. And I thought,
I waited till he was gone.
I was, hey, Doc, I want to keep an eye on this guy for the rest of the game. I don't know if something could happen with that kind of a diet.
Hot dogs and cookies.
Yep.
It's like playing days.
I guess, huh?
Play
fake, open. He missed him. What a great play fake. He really sucked in the defense. Connor Dickrell was open at the goal line and the pass just behind him. But great play action. Wow. I'll tell you, with this Freedom team, I mean, that's what I mean. If they run the ball as well as they do, you have to respect every fake like that. Ooh, he was there.
2nd and 10 Irish.
Yep, Connor knew it.
So basically 5 receivers again. You got 3 in the left, 1 wide right, and a wing back on the right. Goes to the right side.
Dickrell again looking for the first down, and he should have it.
I think he does.
It's going to bring up 1st and goal.
Good looking offense here. That's a good defense they're going up against. This is a defense that had held Wrightstown scoreless until a minute left to play in last week's game. And Freedom is moving the ball pretty much at will.
So 1st and goal from the 7.
And 42.
Cut down near the line of scrimmage. Again, Mantefel.
Going low, Bennett Jansen. Once again, number 32. Helped make the stop. Still a gain of about 5, 2nd and 5 from the second and goal from the 5. Boy, Freedom's not afraid to come out with those wide open formations, though. Well, now they're pulling it in a little bit. They had 3 wide receivers left. Now they're pulling it in. A little confusion. I think Freedoms might need a timeout here. No, now they got him settled.
So 2nd and goal from the 5. Deep into the play clock on this one. They put a man in motion for Hasselt. And it's Lambrick with the keeper into the end zone. Touchdown. Freedom.
Boy, a double fake that time. Almost like a counter play where he faked 2 separate handoffs and then kept it himself. So again, if you're a defender for Little Shoe, your head must just be spinning right now because everybody in green seems to be a weapon. And they do such a great job. Look, there's the fake right there. Then he keeps it himself. Takes it in for the score. So he faked a little bit of the jet sweep, held it, took it in. What an impressive start for this ball game for Freedom.
So Hofacker on for the extra point. Boots that one all the way to the track.
Pulled that one wide, yeah.
Pulled it, yeah.
Kind of sliced that one.
No good on that one, so it remains 16-0. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. (16-0). Freedom leads Little Chute with 6:27 remaining.
I don't think anybody expected this.
No.
Nobody.
in a couple different ways, too.
A couple different ways. One way, that Little Chute defense is kind of highly vaunted. And, you know, their offense is kind of offense that can chew up the clock, really ball control. But Freedom has come out with just a bevy of formations and misdirection and great passes and great effort. Freedom has just played a nearly flawless first half so far.
Fielded at the 10-yard line.
Nice return.
Yep.
Noah Lamers.
We'll step away.
Got another update. Bayport 28-0 over Ashwaubenon right now in the second quarter. So that juggernaut continues to roll.
Yeah. So Little Chute begins this drive on their own 35.
That's got a chance.
Top, and that is caught. What a great
nice
grab.
Adjustment. Yeah, really nice. Andrew Rohde.
Pass complete to Andrew Rohde.
A nice job adjusting that time.
Kane Van Asten rolling out that time. Kept his eyes downfield. We saw that a lot last week with the young
Ashwaubenon's quarterback, you bet. Kept his eyes downfield. Quarterback did a nice job that time, putting enough loft on it to give the receiver a chance. You know, the flatter you throw those passes like that, the less opportunity you have. That was just a really nice play. Big play for Little Chute right there.
And also can build on it now.
Can build on it. Let's see what happens. Also got a another text from one of my guys, my buddy Bruce, just said according to Wiz Sports, a number of players have 5 interceptions in the state, so this should be the leader at 6.
Yeah.
Thank you for that, Bruce.
Of course, we're talking about John Hasselt. Had an interception earlier tonight, his 6th on the season. Now Van Asten in trouble, and down he goes at the 40. Big sack, big play for that Freedom defense.
Yeah, looks like he had something going early on, then pulled it down. Balthazar.
Balthazar.
I struggle with that name. Say that name for me, Teddy.
Balthazar.
Yes, Balthazar.
And I don't know if I'm saying it.
You're saying it correctly. Balthazar did a nice job that time, staying with it and taking him down for a loss of about 5, back to the 40. There's the county ensign.
Yeah, the Freedom students.
Yep.
Anxious to try to get that back tonight.
Yes, they are.
They know what's on there.
At halftime, a couple of interviews coming up.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Talk a little bit more about that in a minute. Inside 5 to go here in the first half.
So the 2nd and 15 now from the 40 after that sack.
First man gets it. Wow, what a great play by number 14, Connor Dickrell. He held his ground. He came up, Teddy. He got parallel to the line of scrimmage, and he just waited for that runner to come to him. Number 14 played that perfectly, in perfect position.
Carson Wingard was the ball carrier.
Watch 14. Watch 14. Look at him right there. Right there. Right there. Boom. Perfect play. Tell you what, it's a pretty well-coached team we're watching out there, too. Fundamentally, they're in position. So 2 plays, 2 losses.
3rd and 17 from the 42.
Swing pass.
Asked him to his favorite target, Tate Huss. Huss is trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Still going to leave him 4th and long here, John.
4th and a bunch, you bet. 4th and about 13, I would say. But I can say it. I can say it. 4 down territory.
You bet. Hey, by the way, our scoreboard sponsor tonight, Packerland Home and Improvement. Quality window and door replacement since 1973. It matters. It's your home.
Yeah, coming up at halftime, we're going to talk with Larry Brick. Larry, great friend of mine. He has been one of the all-time longevity coaches in the area. We'll talk with him.
All right. We've got a timeout on the field, so we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. To nothing. Freedom leads Little Chute. 3:52 remaining in the first half. Ted and Johnny with you for the game tonight. You were talking about a couple of interviews coming up at halftime.
Larry Brick, who's in his 62nd year of coaching high school football, which I just think is fantastic. And then Clint Rewald, the former head coach here at Freedom, who of course played for the Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers for a while, but is now the county sheriff. So we'll be talking with him. And now is also another timeout. This one by Little Chute.
Keep it here, John.
Okay. Who's now county sheriff and retired from football. And then all of a sudden people are like, hey, we need some coaches at the freshman level. And lo and behold, he's back out there coaching freshman football now.
Yeah, I got time to squeeze that in with everything else going on.
By the way, one question I had to ask, I always ask guys who've been in the pros, from the teams you're on, greatest guy and the biggest jerks. I always ask that question, okay?
Off camera, though.
Yeah, but I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to tell me?
Okay.
Secrets?
Yeah. Greatest guy, he said, you ever played with? Troy Palamulo for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yep.
He's back in some shampoo commercials, I see.
Yes, he is.
You want to talk about the other one?
Yeah, I will.
No.
Yeah, I will.
4th and 13 from the 38.
I have no secrets. So now they're going to punt. They were going to go for it.
He might have some. He'd be fine. Well, this one bounces back to the punter, and Huss gets it off, bounces at the 10, and then goes into the end zone. So bring that back out to the 20.
Okay, the worst? It's going to be okay. Okay. The Detroit Lions offensive line.
Okay.
The entire offensive line. All of them. So there you go. All right. Probably not a bad move on Little Chute's part right there. Although they were trying to get it inside the 10, you know, if they get with the punt. But they're giving up, at least moving Freedom back to the 20-yard line.
Well, you know, talked about that defense all season long for
the
Mustangs. You get a stop here or get a turnover right back in business.
Yeah, I think they need their defense to make some kind of a big play.
4 minutes to go in the half. They put a man in motion That was Taggy.
Nice
And
arm.
they drop it out to Dickrell again. He's got another first down for Freedom.
Tell you what, that quarterback started out slow 0 for 3. Remember missing guys. Has he been solid ever since, huh? Boy, he's got a strong arm.
Well,
Gets out there in a hurry.
and just watching those plays, I thought maybe just a little
too amped up.
Because this is a big rivalry game.
I know. I mean, there's times, I'll be honest with you, there have been Friday nights where I've had to tell you to calm down. Calm down.
There we go.
You start out way too fast.
That every quarter.
You get the names wrong. You know what I mean? Which team? Where are we? Who's playing? It's like, Teddy, take a deep breath.
It happens.
Here we go. It does. So it happens to everybody.
From the 33, and this one is...
One sails on him a little bit. Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's looking for a receiver to cut that one off a little shorter, to be honest with you. That happens.
Second and 10 Irish.
Okay, how about the first assistant coach we talked to tonight? What does he say to me? Do you remember interviewing me?
Did you take my sandwich?
No, not that one. Not that. That was an assistant. That was a trainer.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember interviewing me in?
Oh, yeah.
1985.
Yes.
That was cool. That was great talking to him. He played for Seymour when they won the state championship. Their Coach Collard, another legendary coach. Open.
Lambrek.
Oh,
and that is picked off. Tate Huss with the interception, and that's exactly what we were talking about, Johnny.
Yep.
That little shoot defense always has a little something for you every game.
Well, I thought the receiver was open. I think the pass, if it just had a little bit more air, could have been a huge gain. Held up just that little bit, and Tate Huss went up and did a great job pulling that one down. You know, he's the leading receiver on the team, and he played this like a wide receiver, going up and making the grab. And then a nice return as well. So they've got the ball now in the 37 with 3:22 to play first half. You're right.
And you go back to that decision to punt it away instead of possibly
giving them
turning it over on downs.
Yeah.
So now
that
can you take advantage of it?
That would have been a tough 4th and 17 or whatever it was to pick up, or 13.
See what they can do here. Van Aston in the backfield with the Lamers. Handoff goes to Wingard, and he's going to lose a couple.
Well, this defense is outstanding. Reese Mantufel, number 42, smelled out that play, immediately came up, made the stop, lost him 2.
Second and 13.
I mean, this is just tough going for this little shoot offense right now. 2nd and 13 on the 40-yard line. So let's see if they can make it. I will say this, it's 4-down territory for the rest of the first half with 2:45 left to play.
It is, 2nd down.
Yes.
We're talking about the 4th.
Yes. I'm riding that pony to
There
the
you
end
go.
of it.
Set up the screen here to Lamers. Lamers looking for a block.
Thought there might be a flag coming. There was close to a block in the back on that. You know, it wasn't really a screen, Ted. It looked like it was set up as a screen.
Yeah.
Is there a flag? Okay. Yeah.
The flag was thrown.
Okay.
They were blocked by the team right along the bench.
Yeah, because I saw the actual block.
Well, illegal block in the back on the offense.
Right there. Yep.
Repeat 2nd down.
Yeah. So that's a pain. Well, okay, I take it back. I don't think it's 4-down territory anymore.
What happened to your pony?
Woo! My pony came up lame.
Well, okay, but again, I'll go back to week 1, and every week it's only 2nd down,
All right,
so you don't have to make
go.
that decision quite yet.
Here we go. Talk about like an old married couple that pick on every little thing. Wow. I'm always the victim.
Always. I'm thinking of a player from the 1920s. Who is that? There's another screen pass.
Verstegen.
Side. Yeah.
Good. Put his head down. Got some extra. That kid came to play tonight. It was 2nd and 23. Gain of about, what, 7?
Pass complete to Verstegen.
Verstegen, one of their top defenders,
3rd down and
helping out on offense.
He's had a couple of big plays. Update on the Bayport score. Gash is an outstanding, Isaiah Gash, outstanding player. Another touchdown, 34-0.
That's the
Bayport first half over Ashwaubenon. Wow.
3rd and 15 here. Ball on the 41. About 90 seconds to go in this first half. Van Asten in trouble, and down he goes at the 45.
Yep, just couldn't find anybody. That defense for Freedom pretty relentless. And timeout called by Freedom. So they're looking at more points here in this second half. Had time early on, just couldn't find anybody.
Conference score, this is still in the first half. Luxembourg, Casco,
So that penalty definitely hurt. They had something going there, and that one pulled him back. How big is their coach? Little Chute's coach.
Yeah, we don't have the stats.
Oh, man. That's one of those guys in football. You
Ted
look at him,
Evers?
it's like, yeah, it's a mountain over there. Wow.
I noticed you kept all the questions very nice, polite.
I wasn't going to take him up.
Excuse me, sir.
And Coach Matea, he's Paisan, so I can't take him off. Who knows what happens then? You know? You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah, big embrace before the game.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Basically, family from the UP, from the Norway area. Remember the great Norway teams? Coach Giannunzio? Remember those?
Say his last name again.
Giannunzio. Giannunzio.
Yeah.
And great teams. Norway was legendary back in the day. Remember that?
I think I read about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe.
All right. Wow.
Who was this punter? 1974.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, high snap. And Huss. Nice little
Nice
side
job.
step.
Absolutely.
Gets it away.
Get something out of it.
Hafman.
Taken
Down
down.
near the 30. So 109 remaining in the half. And Freedom stopping the clock before that punt just to give themselves a little extra time here. We've seen them score quickly in this game.
Yeah, we certainly have. By the way, I was going to follow up my trivia question for you last week, which was very popular, I'm sure, in your mind. I'm going to get back to that one. Is that okay?
Going to get the crowd involved in it again. This
They
week.
started arguing. We're in the press box, I think, and the crowd is arguing with me over my question. They were standing up and turning around and arguing with me. I didn't know my voice would carry like that.
Oh, they were listening to
They
you,
were
John.
listening. Nice pass.
We're hassled.
Yep. Always had a ball game, hasn't he? Started out first
Really
play from
close.
scrimmage.
Yeah, I think he's got a first down.
45-yard touchdown, then an interception. Then he kicked a field goal. Other than that,
And I would keep an eye on number 6 once again. He is their go-to guy, lined up on the near sideline this time. They're looking his way. And
nice pass.
yeah,
That's good. Quick. Yeah, I think he was kind of looking at that chalk line, trying to stay in bounds and reach out and make the catch at the same time, which is pretty tough to do. Kind of like Lockett last night for Seattle. Did you see that catch? Did you see that throw on that catch?
Yeah.
Russell Wilson did. Wasn't that incredible? That was amazing.
Wilson's still pretty good, isn't he?
Oh, my God. I still think one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league because he's just consistently good. Too much pressure that time. Yeah, the defender came in there so quick that time.
Well, they had
The
it
quarterback
set up.
didn't have a chance to
He
set
makes
up.
that reception. He's got 3 blockers in front
Right.
of him and nobody
Right.
in his way.
Nobody deep. Matthew Jansen
Yeah.
that time coming in real fast just to kind of muck up the timing on that play.
Big halftime coming up here.
Is it
Freedom?
homecoming, isn't it?
Homecoming, so they've got a lot of festivities.
Were you in the homecoming court?
I was not.
Were you homecoming king?
No. Thank you for reminding me.
Just asking. Another nice pass, another nice job by number 80. Taggy is a stud out there, 6'3", 185. Boy, when they need somebody to move those sticks, that's the man they look for.
He came in with 11 receptions on the season. He's got a few tonight.
Big target.
Start up the clock again, and they'll stop the clock at 31 seconds to go.
So anyway, my question from last week
Yeah.
was the quarterback that led the College Football All-Stars to a win over the National Football League World Champions, the last time that ever happened, which was in 1963. Where did he play high school football? Okay, and the answer was, you don't remember.
Marshall.
Preble.
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 Just close to Marshall.
Okay. Yep.
No. Wow. Lambrick winds
Deep.
up. And the flag comes
Pass
in.
interference. Wow. Bad timing for that. Holy cow, did he lay that thing out there, Teddy? Laid that thing out there about 50 yards, didn't he?
And it was going to be hard to catch up with that.
Yeah, I didn't think he had a chance, to be honest with you. I didn't think he had a chance at all.
We have defensive pass interference, be 15 yards, and it's going to be a first down.
Remember, this is
Right, not
high
like the
school.
pros,
This is
right?
not the pro.
Right, no.
Spot of the foul.
Exactly.
A 15-yard penalty.
Boy's getting nice protection there. Yeah, just collided with him. Didn't really need to at all. He was basically drifting out of bounds. Didn't need to do that. So 26 seconds left in the first half from about the 30. Oh, nice play once again defensively.
Lambrick.
Yep. It's 2 big plays he's made on this drive, or on this series, I guess I should say. A nice job.
A look at it on the Simons Specialty Cheese Instant Replay, number 50 in there again.
Yep, he's had a nice little sequence here. Nicholas Wiegand getting in there, making those plays. 5'11", 235.
Now Freedom will take a timeout with 1 second.
Second left. By the way, an update, okay? Bayport?
Yeah.
41-0. 52-yard pass play. 41-0 in the first half.
Against undefeated.
Undefeated.
6-0.
And a nice
Ashwaubenon, a team we saw last week.
Number 10 in the state, is that right?
It helps with the microphone.
Which is number 10 in the state, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just moved into the rankings. Hard to believe, you know, we saw Ashwaubenon for the first time last week that they were not ranked before that.
Right.
Really nice looking team, and most likely being number 10 and what's happening at Bayport tonight, they're going to fall out, which is unfortunate. They belong, I believe Ashwaubenon belongs in the top 10
You almost
in
can't
Division 2.
you almost can't compare Bayport with anybody else around here right now. You just can't. They're that much head and shoulders above everybody else.
Until you get to the Fond du Lacs and the Kimberleys.
Yep. You're exactly correct.
So, we'll put a couple
3
seconds
seconds
back on the clock. This should be the final play of the first half. Receivers in the set. Lambert trying to buy some time.
It's going to wind up and go.
Throws down. Nothing. Freedom leading Little Chute. You're watching Showdown on My New 32.
Number 16, Mustang 0.
It is halftime, and the halftime show brought to you by Gandrud West Mason Value Center, where selection, dependability, and value collide, and no challenge flags are needed. Search vehicles starting at $4,900 at GandrudWest.com. It is halftime, where Freedom leads Little Chute by the score of 16-0 here in Week 7 of the high school football season. For the game, John Mino had a chance to talk to one of the legendary coaches in the area, Larry Brick, an assistant coach with the Freedom Irish. Had a chance to talk with John. Take it away, guys.
Well, thank you very much, Ted. Well, I am here with a local legend. I really mean that. Larry Brick. I'll tell you what, you want to talk about somebody that absolutely loves the game of football. I've never met anybody who loves the game of football more than this guy. And for, 61 years now, Larry? You've been on this 62 years. You've been on the sidelines.
Yep, 62 years. That makes me an old man.
What brings you back?
Oh, I love the kids, love the game, and being with coaches.
Does it ever get to the point of being a job, being work?
Hell no. It's never work.
With guys like you, though, Larry, and you're old school, of course, I'm old school, it's the fundamentals, it's the work, it's all those kind of things versus the glitz, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. But the work is fun. It's never a chore. I look forward to coming to practice, coming to games, but it's just great.
How have the kids changed over the years?
Kids really haven't changed a lot. They do the same stuff that I did when I was an 18-year-old, and I can't tell you about it. But
thank you for that.
But kids are pretty much the same. Parents have changed. Yeah.
What's been the best change and the worst change over all those years?
Wow. What I think right now the best change is the precaution they're taking for concussions.
Yeah.
And the worst change, I don't know.
Well, I hate not to put down all parents, but I know some coaches who literally have to leave the game. They can't take the pressure and the constant, second guessing.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's very true. It's.
What have you seen over the years, Larry, that makes a good football player? That in your eyes makes a heck of a football player?
Toughness.
Okay.
Toughness. Tough kids are good players, and they're more country kids. More country kids are tough than Not all, but
okay. One other thing that's a real good thing compared to our era. Okay, you're allowed to have water in practice now, right?
Not salt pills.
No. Remember that? They'd give you salt pills and maybe an ice cube.
Yeah. They'd give you salt pills, and water made you weak.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing when you think about it?
Now you can't get enough water. They all want water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Your son, of course, you coached against him 2 weeks ago at Wrightstown. How cool was that?
It was okay.
Okay.
It was a no-win situation.
Right.
But it all worked out. We're talking again.
Well, I worked with your son, Brian, who's a legendary assistant baseball coach in his own mind. And he's watching, so I can say that. But how cool is it that your sons are so involved with sports?
Oh, it's great. It's great. I have another son who lives in Washington, D.C., and when I was at Wrightstown, he helped out there. For 1 year, he was in between going to college.
Awesome.
So it was, yeah.
How many more years are you going to do it?
How many more years am I going to live?
Yeah.
I don't know.
All the way through, huh?
I would like to.
Well, I hope it's about 50 more, my friend. One last thing I want to say, not only for the great work you've done with young athletes for 62 years, not only that, but I know you're also a veteran, and I have all the respect in the world for your military service as well.
Thank you.
You got it.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck.
Good to see you.
See you. Teddy?
Terrific interview. Thank you, guys. Larry Brick, longtime coach in the area. We appreciate him taking some time before the game to tape that interview with Johnny. Johnny's going to be talking live with Clint Rewald here in just a few moments. But right now it is halftime. Let's listen in to the Freedom Irish Marching Band.
I'd like to see that. Very well. Wow.
I guess I'm going to introduce the interview.
It is halftime, 16-0. Freedom leading a Little Chute. The halftime show continues with an interview with Clint Rewald after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32.
even told Teddy up there, on a couple of plays, I said,
Back at Freedom High School, where the hometown team leads 16-0 on homecoming night, leading the Little Chute Mustangs. Marching band still in the field. John Mino down on the field with the former head coach of the Freedom Irish, Clint Rewald.
Well, thank you very much, Teddy. I'll tell you what, this is a man who is legendary throughout Northeast Wisconsin for both his, I'll go all the way back beyond his high school days. At Stevens Point, where he was like just a man-child, then with the Detroit Lions, then with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where he actually made, correct me if I'm wrong, the very first tackle in the Super Bowl you were in, correct?
Correct, yes. That was a highlight of my career right there.
It should be. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yes, it was. I was very fortunate to be able to do what I got to do, and I'm very blessed.
Well, one thing, we'll get all the way through your legacy here of coaching. You did a great job here, but I'm going to go even further back. I think it was after your rookie year you came back. You could have been, I'm going to use the term fat and sassy for an off season. First thing you did, you came back, did a big fundraiser that I was proud to be a part of, to raise funds for the youth sports here in the area.
Yes, and then in Shiocton, it was
Shiocton area.
In Shiocton youth sports, but then
at the River Rail.
Yep, and give it out a scholarship every year in Shiocton. $3,000 scholarship I give out to a senior student that writes an essay and how they contribute to the community and to their school district, and so that's been consistently going year after year since that first 3 years of that fundraising.
But I thought that was such a cool thing. Little Shiocton, and here comes a guy back from the NFL. First thing he does is try to give back to the community. I just thought that was really cool, Clint.
Yeah, it is. In Shiocton, I love Shiocton. It's my home. It's a small, tight-knit community. It's everybody there is family to me.
They won a state championship a few years back.
State championship. So yeah, I don't know how good they're doing this year, but for quite a few years they had a pretty solid football team.
Well, tell me a little bit about your career here as a head coach. How did you enjoy that?
I loved it. It just, the only downfall I got to the point with my family expanding and the time commitment with my family. My kids are all all three sport athletes, so to try to keep up with them and manage the coaching thing just wasn't cut anymore. But I can't complain. I come to all the games that I'm friends with the coaches here, and I loved it. I had a lot of great memories. I got to meet a lot of great former student athletes that I still see around, and nothing but the best memories.
And you had a side job basically running the law enforcement department of the county.
Yes, and at the time, my first 3 years, I was running on a little sleep. I was working night shift, and after games like this, I'd have to go home, throw my uniform on, and I worked the rest of the night. So there's some tough sleepless, not a lot of sleep at practices, so I was pretty hard on the kids my first few years.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, when you took over as head coach, man, you guys had some nice teams.
We did, and again, I had a great coaching staff with me, and we had a lot of great kids.
Yeah.
And it's hard to win when you don't have the kids. I mean, you can have, they always say Jimmy's, and if you don't have the Jimmy's and Joe's, X's, O's, don't mean anything. And we were very fortunate. We had a lot of great kids, great families, great parents that really. I had zero problems with parents. You always hear the horror stories, but people in this community are great. They're very supportive, and they raised some great kids.
But when you have as much football in your blood as you have, even though you're now county sheriff and all those sorts of things, what else are you doing in your spare time?
Just keeping up with my family.
What are you doing?
I got kind of roped back into coaching freshman football this year, so it's been fun. My son's a freshman. They needed some extra help there, and I was approached, so helping out again now at the freshman level. It's a lot less time commitment than the varsity level. You don't have to spend hours and hours of watching film on the weekends in the huddle, but I'm enjoying it. I don't know if my son's enjoying it as much as what probably I am. It seems that dad's a little harder on him than some of the other kids, but it's fun. I don't know if it's going to go anywhere next year, but we'll have to make that decision later on.
Well, Clint, I'll tell you what, just this atmosphere out here at Freedom, just the pageantry, the whole thing everybody's put together, you guys have put together something so cool in this community, and they're so proud of this football team.
Definitely. And like I said, it started 8-9 years ago, and it's great. It's like this every Friday night. The community's very supportive. Again, you still got to have the kids, and you can see tonight we still have the kids around here.
It is so great seeing you once again. First of all, congratulations on being county sheriff, the responsibility that goes with that, and serving your community in that capacity. Congratulations for you, buddy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's Outagamie County is a great county, and I'm very, very proud to be the sheriff of it.
Would you ever want me as a deputy?
We got to talk.
Okay, well, wow. Teddy, thank you, Clint.
That's not a yes or a no, right?
Great seeing you, buddy.
You too.
Actually, Clint, we have to talk before that. Don't talk with Mino, talk with me. We are at halftime, and our halftime show continues after this timeout where Freedom leads Little Chute 16-0. We'll be right back. So far, it's been all Freedom. 16-0 over Little Chute. Still halftime. The team's back on the field warming up. The halftime show has been brought to you by Gandrid West Mason Value Center, where selection, dependability, and value collide and no challenge flags are needed. Search vehicles starting at $4,900 at GandridWest.com. We'll take one more timeout. Second half action coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. Ready to start the third quarter here at Freedom High School. Ted Stefaniak, John Mino with you. Nice job with those interviews, John.
That was fun. Two great guys. Just great guys.
Well, Freedom will get the ball first here in the second half. Bounces at about the 15-yard line. And out across the 25. So a few highlights of that first half for you, Johnny.
Yeah, it started out quick for Freedom, I'll tell you that. Couldn't start out much quicker than turned out for them. The young man taking the distance right there had a huge first half. John Verhaslund takes it 45 yards for a touchdown. Then a nice play here by Kane Verstegen. This was their biggest offensive play of the first half for Little Chute. Moved them into position before that drive ended. Quarterback did a really nice job just putting his head down a couple of times. Taking it in there, Reeve Lambrecht with the run there, and we are at 16-0 starting the third quarter.
Freedom will begin first drive of the second half at their own 26-yard line.
Quarterback keeper hit hard on the inside. Big number 65, Matthew Jansen, making the stop that time. Saw a nice arm on the part of this quarterback, especially in that second quarter. Really got into a nice rhythm. And not afraid to run, not afraid to put his head down, take it on the inside, get what he can. 6 foot, 172 pounds. Freedom getting the play from the sidelines once again with two wide receivers on the near side.
Deep. Both teams go deep into the game clock.
Do they ever, huh?
Tangy goes in motion. Lambrick.
Play action.
I was looking for Dickrell on the far sideline.
Yeah, a little behind him that time.
Almost a one-handed grab.
Yeah, turned around, but also one of those plays where you can really have disastrous by just popping that ball up in the air with the defensive back lurking and coming in to make the play. So 3rd and 8 for Freedom on their first series. Trips over here on the left side. One right. Whenever we've seen this, they've always gone to that wide receiver on the right side, I believe.
And they do
and
again.
They do again.
Little screen to Dickrell.
A nice series on the part of Little Chute to start off the second half. Nathan Hippis.
You know when he caught that, he was almost looking in the backfield.
I know.
Like it was going to be the old hook and ladder.
I know.
Take a look.
Right there, looking for somebody.
Took a peek.
Would you see that play? Was it Kansas City last week? The Chiefs had that play?
No.
Where the tight end caught it and then he flipped it back to, yeah.
Not a flea flicker.
Wasn't it? It was basically the hook and ladder, though. It really was. I think we need more of that in football.
I think you're right. 4th down, punting situation here for
nice punt.
Freedom.
Nice punt, wow.
Good roll.
Back to the 25.
Out of bounds. So we'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. .19 remaining in this third quarter. Freedom leading 16-0. Good defensive stand by Little Chute to start the ball game. Now they get the ball for the first time in the third quarter. Try something up the middle.
Straight ahead, Jacob DeBruin. Not much there. Interior of that defensive line, stacking that one up. Some other scores today. Pulaski leads Green Bay Southwest 24-0 in the third quarter.
Pulaski trying to remain undefeated.
That's right. Oostburg 27-7 over Manitowoc Lutheran in the third. Coach Matea, great guy, fun guy to talk to before the game, wasn't he?
He gave you quite the hug.
Like I said, Paisans are emotional.
Paisan Youpers.
Paisan Youpers especially. Absolutely.
Tight
community.
Second and 9. Keep it on the ground again.
Nice cut.
Nice hole
nice
here.
Hole.
And
nice job.
Down.
Wow, that was their best
DeBruin.
Running play. Yeah, Jeff DeBruin that time. Did a nice job. Didn't seem to have much of the line of scrimmage. Did a nice job of making a cut on the inside. Got away from one tackle, then made the cut right there. See, the guy was kind of on his knees to make the tackle. Did a nice job making that cut. Bring it up to the 49. Cedar Grove 42-6 over Michigan in the third. Wrightstown 32-0 over Marinette in the third. Bayport now 48-0 over Ashwaubenon in the third. Algoma 38-6 over Gibraltar.
Running clock in a game.
Yeah, again, two undefeated. Yeah. Well, bread and butter now.
DeBruin.
And again, this is a lot more of what you always think of Little Chute, this style offense right now. This is the way they've always seemed to do it. Jake DeBruin came in averaging about 7 yards a carry, picked up 5 that time. Ripon 7-0 over Winneconne at halftime.
DeBruin, a senior transfer from Manitowoc. Dad accepting a teaching job at Little Chute this year.
Sure, they welcomed him with open arms.
You can see why.
St. Mary Springs 17-6 over Laconia. Is it Laconia or Laconia? I always struggle with that one.
Laconia.
Laconia.
Yeah.
In the third.
And again,
first down.
DeBruin.
Again, this is Little Chute football right now with the big gain right there of about 10. Moving the sticks. Nice blocking up front. I think they had a little bit of a talking to at halftime. What do you think?
Well,
they've come out with a different attitude here in the third.
Right. And DeBruin again, a senior. Take a little pressure off that sophomore quarterback.
Absolutely.
In a big rivalry game like this.
No question. Doing a nice job right now, really moving downfield. Moving those sticks, as we mentioned. Taking a look at some other scores from around the state. Big night of high school football, of course.
In 3 weeks, we're going to be in the playoffs.
Kaukauna 21-7 over Appleton West in the third. Kimberly 35-14 over Neenah at halftime.
Aston up top, and that is picked off inside the 5-yard line. Picked off by Hafman.
Gavin Hafman just did a nice job playing center field on that one. Just following the ball. It almost seemed like the receiver lost track of it. So Little Chute had been moving the ball well on the ground. Then they decided to take a shot. But just great position. I mean, he was downfield of the receiver, and it just dropped right in his hands. So again, one of the big rivalries from last year, Kimberly and Neenah. Kimberly leading at 35-14 at halftime. Appleton North beating Appleton East 14-9 at halftime. Martinville beating Oshkosh North 49-7.
We'll see Appleton North and Kimberly in week 9 of the high school football season.
Preble 21-7 over Notre Dame in the third.
Two teams we've seen so far on Showdown this year.
Sheboygan North and South tied at 7 at halftime. Sheboygan Falls 17-12 over New Holsting in the third. Brilliant 20-12 over Two Rivers in the third. Kiel 42-6 over Roncalli at halftime.
Johnny's got a new app.
I know, I love this. Clinton 35-0 over Valders. Third quarter. Anybody need a score? I've got it for you. Text me. Message me. Do something. I'll give you a score.
7:25 remaining in the third quarter. Now the officials getting together here, John.
I'd like to thank Jeff Binns from Notre Dame for giving us that app last week.
Notre Dame struggling a bit this year.
Yeah, they really are.
I always enjoy going there. They always set up a monitor, a stats monitor.
Stats monitor, exactly.
Like a college setup.
Those are so nice to have. Because the one thing I found in all the different football games I've done at every level, it's almost impossible to keep your own stats.
You got illegal participation on the defense.
Legal man downfield.
It's going to be 15 yards from the previous spot. We're going to have a first down.
Legal participation.
Still remain freedom ball. Get that all sorted out for the official record.
Bondwell 35-0 over Shiocton at halftime.
Bondwell having a nice season.
Yeah, legal participation sounds like somebody ran into the field and weren't eligible or something, doesn't it? That's a very nice way of putting it. West De Pere over Seymour 49-0 in the third quarter.
Hey, we're going to see the Phantoms next week.
It's Wrightstown. New London over Xavier 24-14 at halftime. Shawano 21-14 over O'Connell Falls in the third. Taken down quick.
Yeah, starting this play.
Menasha 41-7 over Green Bay West in the third.
I'm having trouble now with the yellow socks of Freedom. I keep thinking I see flags out there.
Yeah, exact same color scheme, isn't it? You're right, exactly the same color scheme. I like those unis, though. I think they're sharp, don't you?
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, I think they're really sharp.
A loss of 2 to start this drive. 2nd and 12, ball on the 14-yard line for the Irish. Pressure coming. Oh, what a grab.
Yeah, great grab. Taken down right away, though, for Verstegen. Taking him down for Verstegen. And the big fellow once again, Nathan Hippus. For, well, still 3rd and 10. 3rd and 11, really.
Antefeld doing a nice job for Freedom tonight. Watch this grab. Coming out of the backfield. Basically a one-handed scoop.
Well, Little Chute defense has been a lot tougher here in the second half so far. See if they can hold them on 3rd and 11. Plenty of time. And the flag comes. Yep. Yeah, you're wondering if they were going to call that one. Didn't need to do it again. That's 2 pass interference calls where I don't think they really needed to make contact.
Close on this
It was close, no question, but you kind of just felt like it was going to be. When you saw the play bang bang to begin with,
you got defensive pass interference. You guys want to take 15
is that
yards?
A first down?
Obviously. Okay.
On 3rd and 11.
Defensive pass interference.
Okay.
It's going to be 15 yards.
Oh, 15 yards. Okay.
We're going to have a first down.
So I was thinking it was 10. which would have still made it 4th and 1. Take another look at it. Yeah, there was early contact. You bet. Yep. But again, the defender didn't realize the ball was sailing too high, and the receiver wouldn't have been able to make the catch.
You're trying to time that bang bang
Exactly.
play.
Yep. Yep. Open. Oh, a rare drop tonight. Taggy. Haven't seen many drops either team.
No.
Both teams, if they can get to the ball, they've had their hands on them. After we've seen some nice catches.
You talked about Taggy and his size, nice target here, only a junior. This kid's going to be around for another season.
As I mentioned, 6'3", 195. So 2nd and 10. The 30. Handoff. It's your man.
We're hassled.
Taken down once again by Verstegen. I know I've mentioned his name about 20 times, but wow, does he make a lot of tackles.
He's always in there.
Holy cow, does he make a lot of tackles. Came in as a co-leading tackler. And number 30 has just been all over the field. And you know what I've noticed? If he gets there, he makes the tackle.
Yeah.
You know, there's times the guys get there and then, for whatever reason, don't make the tackle. He brings his man down.
So a 3rd down, sitting on the 35-yard line. Looking downfield, Lambrick has a man coming back, and Taggy almost got there.
Yeah, but the pressure got there to the quarterback just as he was letting it go. I don't think he had the chance to step up and make the type of throw he wanted to make. I think it was just a little bit more off his back foot and couldn't get enough on it. Time early on, and then the pressure started getting to him, and that's why the ball came out that way. So a rare punt for Freedom tonight.
Ofacker in the backfield waiting for the snap.
He literally never leaves the field, does he?
Pressure coming again.
Nice punt again.
Tate Huss will let this one bounce, fields it cleanly, and then taken down. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. .506 remaining here in the 3rd quarter with Freedom leading Little Chute 16-0.
Well, last series, Little Chute really had something going on the ground, pretty much with Jacob DeBruin. Then they got away from it. They tried to get the quick score, and you can't blame them for that, but that one backfired on them with the interception. New ball carrier that time.
Our scoreboard sponsor tonight is Packerland Home Improvement. Quality window and door replacement since 1973. It matters.
It's your home.
Stereo.
That wasn't stereo.
Yeah.
That wasn't harmony is what that was.
I don't know if I would.
We might have had something there.
We can work on that in the offseason.
That was peaches and herb style. I'm just saying.
Should be peaches or herb?
I'll be peaches. Okay. I'm fine.
2nd and 10.
Lots of times. Got to get rid of it, though.
And hit from behind, and down he goes.
Yeah, he just had plenty of time. And just held it a little too long. That's that big tight end getting in there to make the stop. Quinn Taggy. Is he hurt? Yes. Well, a little bit, huh? Got a banged up shoulder type thing.
He's going to stay in there.
Yep.
Yeah, a little cooler than it's been the first 6 weeks of the season.
Right, big 74, Hayden Van Camp, 5'11", 245. Got on him first. He kind of shrugged him off, but then Taggy was right behind him. So loss of 4.
And Aston, time again. Tucks it under and taken down.
Big
Fourth
play.
down coming up.
Gavin Halfman coming up, making the stop. 5'11", only 145 pounds, but bringing it up quickly. Did a nice job that time, going low, cutting off his ankles. So a gain of 2, 4th and 12.
For the Mustangs.
There's not a lot of total yardage for Little Chute in this ballgame. They had the one big screen play in the first half with Verstegen. Not really screen play, a little swing pass for Verstegen. Then they had the one big catch.
Well, they've had two big catches where they've moved the ball a
right.
little bit and then followed it up with
exact
a couple of
turnovers.
interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah. So Huss lower.
Catching it on the run. That can be dangerous sometimes.
And taken down at the 50. That's where they'll start when we come back. You're watching Showdown on My New 32.
Westerberger on the return.
First and 10 on the 49 of Little Chute as Freedom takes over after the punt. Look at this spin move by
nice
Lambert.
Spin move. Wow.
He's had a couple of those spins tonight, Johnny. That was most
Absolutely. Reeve Lambert just doing a nice job running this offense. Doing a nice job with the RPOs. Read that one well. Got some nice blocking there on the left side. Beautiful spin move to elude that tackle. Get about 3 more yards.
He's tried that a couple of times
Yeah,
tonight.
he has. Bennett Jensen with the tackle once again. These linebackers have had to make a lot of tackles tonight, haven't they?
Yes. Another first down. Lambert
Fake.
looking over the middle, deep down the middle, and looking for Taggy. Just
had a
missed
shot
it.
at
Yeah,
it.
just out of his reach there.
Got him isolated with the linebackers. You're talking 6'3" against 5'11". You like that matchup, kind of like what the Packers tried with Jimmy Graham a few weeks ago against the Eagles. So they had the nice matchup where the ball just about a step overthrown. But I'll tell you what, Freedom's not afraid to take some strikes, are they? Quarterback took a little bit of a hit right at the end of that one, too.
They are 6-0.
For a reason.
That's 7-0.
That's right.
Nice looking team. This time they'll try the right side, and Verhasselt makes a catch and then picks up a couple of extra yards after that first contact.
Dodged a bullet by Verstegen, who came in like a heat-seeking missile to make the initial contact. But a gain of about 8. That one might have jarred it loose if he was a little more square. Under center again for only the second time in the ball game. Bootleg.
Short. Trying to get to the corner. He does. Got the first down and then some.
Hadn't seen that play all ball game. Mix things up a little bit to put the quarterback under center. The only other time they had him under center was on that 4th and about half a yard in the first half heading in this direction. Just a basic naked bootleg. A lot of times when you run those bootlegs, you'll have the tight end go down, run a little bit of a drag, or maybe a quartered pattern, so that if the linebacker or safety comes up, you got that option to throw it to him. But that was just what we call the naked bootleg. The only option was the quarterback keeping the football, and it worked to perfection.
So fresh set of downs. Ball sitting on the 17-yard line. Verhasselt.
Quick toss.
Tries the left side. Nowhere to go. Taken down. Almost taken down.
Yeah, did a nice job of stringing that one out that time. You know, Little Chute really did a nice job. All containment over all the way to the sideline, but he still found a little bit of a glimmer. It almost seemed like they were overcommitting just a hair towards the sidelines and found a way to gain 2 when it looked like he would lose a couple. Just the quick toss. They pulled the guard. He gets out there, got the tight end blocking. Nice job on the part of the defense that time. And actually, it was 42 once again, the great running back, Jacob DeBruin, who did a great job of stringing that one out.
So 2nd and 8. Ball at the 15. Lambert tries it again near the 10-yard line. He maybe picks up about 4.
Yeah, did a nice job with that fake on the inside handoff. Did you see that, almost like the inside jet sweep that time, but pulled it himself, took it down. That play always gets me, because I'm always watching that running back. Because it always seems like he's open with that fake.
I don't know if it's just because we're getting older or these kids are getting better at selling fakes.
I'm going with them getting better at selling fakes. There you go. I'm going with that every time. Okay?
Every time.
I will never go with it's because we're getting older.
Well, they're going to let the time run off here to finish up the third quarter. It is 16-0. Freedom leading Little Chute. Fourth quarter action coming up after this break. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. Take a look at this matchup next week, October 11th. West Superior, undefeated, ranked number 2 in Division II, taking on Wrightstown. They are a team with only 1 loss this season, ranked number 6 in the state in Division IV. Big non-conference matchup. Coverage begins at 6:30 next week right here on My New 32.
I like that matchup. I know it's not conference or anything like that, but it's still 2 really good football teams going head-to-head.
Here we begin the fourth quarter with Freedom leading a Little Chute 16-0. Freedom with the ball. So 3rd and 5 from the 16-yard line, caught by Dickrell. Then he lost the ball. Was it a catch and a fumble?
Another
and it's fumbled again. And
I think it's Freedom's ball.
Who's got it? It's in the end zone.
I think Freedom has it for a touchdown.
No signal yet. Who's signaling?
Freedom,
it's the ref. Touchdown, Freedom.
Wow. What an amazing turn of events.
Just the way you drew it up, right?
What an amazing play. Oh my gosh, Little Chute had it momentarily. Let's see exactly what happens here, Ted. Quarterback had to get rid of it.
Lambert to Dickrell.
Yep.
Dickrell fumbles.
Did he have control? I guess. Then Verstegen picks it up. He's trying to get out of the end zone.
He lost it.
He fumbled.
Taggy forced that fumble.
Right.
And then who ended up with it?
Wow.
I'm not sure who was credited with the touchdown. Yeah. But the extra point is good. And it's 23-0. Freedom.
If this was the pros,
we're going to keep it here, guys.
I think they would throw the red flag as to whether he had caught that. Don't you? Didn't it seem awfully bang? Did he have control of that?
Let's look at it
obviously
again.
It counts, but I'm just saying, and I think that might be kind of questionable. And taking nothing away from Freedom's effort on that play. But it just seemed so quick. We'll see if he really had control.
Well, we still don't know who had the touchdown.
No. So there's the blitz. He gets rid of it. There's the catch. See, it almost seems like he caught and tried to lean it over. So it's 6. Is that? I believe it was number 6 again. Don't you?
Yeah, let's stay with it and see who gets up with the ball here. Is it?
I think it's for Haslett.
Number 6 in the pile.
Yes, and then
looks like 6 to me.
He's still in there for Haslett.
There it is. It is.
Okay, his second touchdown of the game.
Wow.
So if you're scoring at home.
So he has scored on
John Verhasselt, his second touchdown.
A 45-yard touchdown run, has kicked a field goal, and has scored a touchdown on a fumble recovery in the end zone. Oh, look at this. Wow, great return. Nolan Lamers. Wow. Tell you what, he didn't dance. He just pinned his ears back and went east and west.
Well, Carson Hofacker would question you on the field goal. He kicked the field goal.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. You're right. Sorry.
Hasselt has done everything else.
Yes, he has. And an interception.
Interception.
That's what I was thinking.
To lead the state.
Yes.
That's all.
For his 6th interception to lead the state. You're right.
But after all of that, it is 23-0.
Wow, that was incredible. Little Chute has to be saying, what do we have to do tonight for the football gods to smile our way?
What a crazy way to start the fourth quarter here. Van Asten, pump fake, in trouble and down.
Yep, he was looking for a little bit of a hitch and go, and the defender didn't bite. The defender just kept backpedaling. What you want on that is for the defensive back to come up and commit, thinking it's going to be that quick little out right there, but he didn't. He just kept backpedaling, stayed with it, and by that time it was over.
So going back to that fumble touchdown recovery,
yes,
we've had a lot of nevers and first times this season.
I've never
I
seen
think that goes
before.
into that folder.
No question about it. And you can't blame. I think it was Verstegen that recovered the fumble for Little Chute, and you can't blame him for trying to get out of the end zone.
Oh, did he take a shot? He put a shot.
You have to think to yourself, okay, am I going to get a safety if I try to get out of this?
Yeah.
And don't.
So after the sack, this is a 2nd and 17 from the 43, and up the middle.
Oh, wow.
And one man to beat, caught at the shoestrings.
De Bruin.
Nice run again by Jake De Bruin. He's had a couple of good runs tonight.
Yes, he has. Little Chute getting right up to the line of scrimmage, wasting no time, going no huddle. I think it might be a steady diet right now of pounding up there. Another big run.
Jake De Bruin.
A gain of about 8 or 9.
Very close to the first down.
And whenever this happens, the armchair quarterback always has to say, why haven't they been doing this all night?
Defense.
Relax. We got a penalty on them.
Penalty on Freedom. Too many men. I think they caught them substituting, to be honest with you. I think somebody was trying to get off the field.
We have a substitution infraction on the defense. They're going to decline it.
Substitution infraction.
It's going to be 2nd down.
So gain of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, Little Chute has to be thinking to themselves, okay, we're 3 scores down. 3 touchdowns, 3 2-point conversions.
Yep.
But it's like, okay, 10.5 minutes to go. Let's get a quick one here, see what happens.
Yeah. Huss, split wide left. They give it to De Bruin again. De Bruin looking for that first down, and he'll get it. He had to fight for that one. They hit him at the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Do you want another update on Bayport?
Running clock, it's late in the fourth?
No. Running clock, yes. 55-0. Still fairly early second half. These guys can just pick a number.
Yeah, and we had,
59-0,
56-0,
right?
56-0. Yeah, 56-0 against De Pere. And people complained about the matchup.
Again, as you said, who do you want us to put as the Sacramento? Are they so good we shouldn't even show them?
Yeah.
Oh, dropped that time by De Bruin. Had some yardage.
Every once in a while, a program or a team will kind of reach that level.
Right, where they just move beyond their competition.
Kimberly's kind of come back to the pack a little bit. No disrespect. I mean, no disrespect over there, but they were kind of like
untouchable. For 5 years.
And they're still very good. And still up there, but I think Bayport has kind of taken that.
I'll tell you what, if Bayport doesn't win a state championship this year, I don't know if they ever will, because that's as good of a team as I've seen in Brown County in maybe ever. And I really mean that.
A lot of good teams in front of them before they get to Madison. I'll tell you that, though. De
Bruin running hard. Oh, I'm not questioning that, Ted, but just for what we've seen up here in this area, that's about as good, I think, as we've ever seen. I really and truly mean that. The year with Alec Ingold, when he got hurt, was it the
His senior year.
quarterfinals?
Yep.
Then they got knocked
no,
out.
semi. That was the state semis.
Was that the semis? I thought they
No,
got
I take that
Kimberly-
back.
They
Yeah.
got beat, didn't they get beat the next week by Kimberly?
We saw him in the semifinals try to play with
Yes.
the ankle. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it was.
We've got an injury on the field, so we're going to step away. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. Reese Mantefel, the injured player, they'll check on him on the sideline.
Seems to be walking off pretty good out in his own power. He's the leading tackler for Freedom. Going up on the trainer's table, but just from my untrained eye, seemed okay walking off. So 3rd and 4 in 4-down territory for Little Chute.
Van Aston waits for the snap. A couple of receivers to the right.
Snap. Has somebody wide open. Oh, and gets clobber taken down. Wow, he had a wide receiver, number 18. Cullen Boyd Loach. No, excuse me, Andrew Rohde. Wide open in the right flat, but didn't see him.
Well, after the snap, he didn't have a whole
No,
lot
he
of time.
did because
the
exactly
pressure's
because
coming
right
now.
here he doesn't see anything.
They are
except
just
green
pinning their
jerseys.
ears back.
Right. Yeah, he didn't have a chance that time. So 4th and 17. And really almost have to say the last gasp right here for Little Chute to try to get anything going. Yeah, no, I'm not blaming that one on the quarterback at all, believe me.
4th and long from the 31. They need 17 yards to get a first down. Aston. And that
Nice
is
pass. Short,
caught.
but
yeah, about a 9-yard pickup.
Some back. Completion to number 12, Tate Huss.
But turnover on downs.
You know what I loved about that play, though, and I wish I would have seen that one earlier again, not to be that second guesser, but they rolled him out of the pocket. You know, he's been under a lot of pressure standing in the pocket. They rolled him out that time, took a guard with him as protection. I think that was a nice play.
Yeah. But they only rushed, I think they only rushed 2 that time, though.
Yeah, they had a bunch back. But still, just to get him away from that pressure, he's been under constant pressure for most of this ball game when he's deep in the pocket.
So 8:04 remaining in the ball game. Freedom tries to wrap this up and move to 7-0 on the season. Next week, big game for them. Visiting Fox Valley Lutheran, a team we saw earlier this season, a very good team. And maybe a little bit of a surprise here in the Northeastern Conference this year, John.
Yeah, no question about it. Reese Lambert, another run up the middle. In Fox Valley Lutheran, and we can say it, they're going to be well rested.
Yeah, they
Their
did
game
not
tonight,
play tonight.
Their game tonight with Clintonville canceled over a very, how should I put this?
I haven't heard all the details.
No,
so
but bizarre situation in regards to some things that happened at Clintonville with their homecoming celebration. But all I'm saying is Fox Valley Lutheran with a night off.
Yep.
And,
basically a bye
whatever
week for
injuries
them.
they have, taken care of.
So 2nd and 7 now.
I don't care what he thinks he
Just running up the
third
middle.
down coming up. Meanwhile, Little
Chandre.
Chute also hitting the road next week. They're going to be going to Luxembourg Casco, and then they'll finish up the season with a home game against Denmark. Somewhere in there, you got to find 1 or 2 wins.
Luxembourg Casco, that's going to be a good game. That's going to be a pretty good game with these guys. And
Again, we saw Luxembourg Casco play at
Fox Valley Lutheran. And you know what's Denmark, who's not having one of their good seasons, but they led 13-0 against this Freedom team last week.
Yeah, this is a good conference. I like the Northeastern
I love this
Conference.
I couldn't agree more. I like it in all sports.
I think
in
there's a little more
basketball,
parity.
Exactly. I think it's great in all sports. I really and truly do. I really enjoy this conference.
And Freedom again.
Counting down, it looks like they're going to take the. Yeah.
They'll take the time
Take it
out,
down.
run it down as far as they can. So we'll step away. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. (23-0). Freedom leading Little Chute with 6:24 remaining in this ball game.
You know, you see flashes with Little Chute, Teddy. Like we said, they had a couple of big plays in the first half. They had a couple of big passes, and then turnovers right after that. They pick up the ball in the end zone, and it turns into a touchdown for Freedom. Now with DeBruin running the ball, they're doing a really nice job, or they were doing a nice job before they ran out of downs. So I think they're going to look back in this ball game and say, you know, this wasn't as bad as it should have been. This score isn't as bad as it should have been. I'm not taking anything away from this Freedom team, boy, offensively and defensively.
Without a doubt, they've done it all year.
Almost flawless.
On their way to 7-0. This is a 3rd and 2 from the 31, and 4th down coming up, so the Little Chute defense holding.
Get the ball one more time. As I mentioned, they've been moving it pretty well, but they're going to have to move it real well and real quick for the next 6 minutes of this ball game.
You got your score app going there, Johnny?
Well, do I have a score app going?
Yeah, you got, what's Luxembourg doing tonight?
I'm going to find it, by golly. How much time you got? Because I got every score in the state on my app here. I'm going to find it. Talk for about 10 minutes.
We'll take our final internal break after this punt. So that'll give you a little more time.
Thank you. How do you spell Luxembourg?
But the reason I ask, Luxembourg Casco starts tonight 3 and 2 in the conference.
Right.
Same as Little Chute.
Okay.
So depending on what Luxembourg does tonight, that could be a huge, huge game next week.
Well, you're going to find out pretty quick. Fairly quick.
Luxembourg and Little Chute next week. So the punt is away, fielded at the 34-yard line, and Huss met immediately. We'll take a timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 32. So Little Chute, after the punt, takes over on their own 36. And the officials look up at the press box, so maybe a question with the timing.
They looking at me?
They're waiting for that score, John.
I almost had it, and then you put me on some other thing, and I totally lost my place. So.
Okay, well, the official says, okay, it's going to be a while. Let's keep playing.
All right. Do you want me to keep looking for? If anybody knows the Luxembourg score, please text it to me. Thank you.
So across the middle, a little bit low for Huss. Mustangs.
Well, let's get to that point now, too, Teddy. Not just this ball game, but in the season, where teams are just looking for that 5th win, get that playoff spot wrapped up, and then kind of fine-tune from there.
Yeah. Coach Evers in his first year as a head coach at Little Chute.
So the Big N.
Well, they're hoping to get that highway sign.
Goes back to Freedom, so that ties it up then, right?
Nope.
Oh,
Freedom
they had it last year. That's right.
Well, no, Little Chute has it now.
Right.
But Freedom has a 19-18 lead in the series. So
Gotcha.
they will
go up by
extend
2.
their lead.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Van Asten. Off the fingertips. And Little Chute with 7 straight playoff appearances, 21 overall. No state titles, but state semifinals.
Luxembourg lost 35-21.
Luxembourg lost?
Lost. 35-21.
So that means Luxembourg will drop to 3-3. Little Chute will drop to 3-3 in conference play. One of those teams is going to get a win. One of those teams is going to get a. Somebody is.
That just tightened that up.
Yeah.
And they play next week,
That'd
right?
be a big one in Luxembourg.
Wow. So somebody's going to have 3 wins with 1 regular season game to go.
Yeah.
That is a big game.
Well, and Luxembourg as well overall drops to 3-4. Aston slipped.
Yeah. Field got him that time. This field's been in great shape all game, though, really. I haven't seen a single slip because of the field up until that one.
Little Chute 4-2 right now, so they're going to drop to 4-3. So in a little better situation.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but
4th and 14 for the Mustache.
for Luxembourg, next week's game is huge.
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Getting an update. Luxembourg is still playing.
Oh.
Okay. if anybody from Luxembourg is listening, please find out.
Low snap. Huss in trouble, but gets it off.
Nice job getting it off.
Perfect.
Okay, so disregard what I said earlier, and I'm going to go back to my score app.
But as I was saying, Little Chute, no titles, but state semifinals 2 out of the last 3 years, including last year.
Right. Well, they've had things going their way over the years.
So they're doing some celebrating already.
Absolutely, looking for the big county end. That's the big one.
On homecoming.
I know I asked that before. Why were you not homecoming king? I mean, you're 6'9", you're an unbelievably star All-American basketball player in high school. As a sophomore, how did you not get at least some
My
mention?
golden locks?
Your golden locks. How did you
golden locks of hair
mention for homecoming king? You must have had some stiff competition.
For Hasselt. Basically the same play he scored on in the beginning of the game.
The exact same play.
I'm coming to the realization that I don't have golden locks anymore.
Yeah, you do.
People keep telling me that my hair is white, and I...
You spend too much time in the sun. That's what happens to me.
I ran into Marco Rivera at the last Packer game, and he said, "Oh, Ted, I thought that was you. I didn't realize."
Oh, no. He didn't
It was
that.
you.
No, not...
How'd you get so gray?
He did not say
Yeah,
that.
so that was kind of my realization point.
Marco Rivera?
Yeah. You believe that? Thanks, Marco.
Oh, my God. Did you drop him?
No, I just kind of hung
think
my
about
head. It finally set in.
Slink away. Wow.
So, think about coloring my hair. What do you think?
42-21, Denmark over Luxembourg.
Big win for Denmark because they moved to 3-3 in the conference. Boy, it's really going to come down to the last couple of weeks here in the Northeastern Conference. We talked about that. We love this conference.
Yes.
How competitive it is.
Oh, now I heard they're still playing.
I think it's fine. I'll tell you what, if you want to know the scores tonight, you need to flip over to NBC 26.
Absolutely.
Check out our man, Brandon Kennard.
Check them all out.
Because there's a Luxembourg Casco grad for you. He's going to make sure that you get the Spartan score
he will
correct.
Get that score. He'll nail it. No question. No question. No question. You know, there have been some great athletes here out of Freedom over the years. Do you remember a basketball player, Jim Bartels?
Yeah.
Great played at Iowa. Had a chance. It's unfortunate it didn't work out. He had a chance coming our way here.
The wrestling program here.
Garrett Lowney.
Oh, my goodness.
Wonderful ones over the years. Great athletes coming out of this area. Bartels had a chance to play for one of the all-time great basketball coaches, and it just didn't work out for him. I always felt bad. I always wonder if he regretted that. I mean, I know he had a great career at Iowa with Dr. Tom Davis, probably was his head coach then.
A few years ago.
Yeah. But he had a chance to play for me at the Nagani Invitational Tournament.
For you?
Yeah.
As a
could
coach.
I would have coached him. So
I wonder why he didn't.
I had some other commitment.
Ooh, I think I broke my arm.
Then I wanted him to play. Could that guy ball, as they say back in the day? Wow. Could he get up? Quarterback keeper once again. Driven back by Verstegen once again.
Forward motion stopped.
Yep.
Final 2 minutes.
We'll all head down here in a couple of minutes, Teddy. talk to the winning coach.
You get a big hug from Coach again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Boy, you talk about, how Clint Rewald was head coach and a deputy sheriff, and he'd finish a game, go put on his uniform, and go out and patrol the streets.
He's like Batman.
I know, right?
He's
Isn't that
Batman.
amazing? But our coach at Freedom, he's got a pretty interesting other life too, doesn't he, though?
Yes, he does.
Medical doctor.
Doctor.
It's amazing.
There's Ted Evers, of course, teacher.
Yep.
Little Chute School District.
Nice run for the first down. Settlement put the cap on this one.
So it really doesn't matter what you do for your
exactly.
regular job.
Exactly.
You thank all the coaches, whether they're head coaches, assistants, support staff, for all the hours that they
The hours are amazing, incredible.
commit to the
Beyond
kids.
belief.
Yep, makes a big difference, and we thank all of them for all their time and.
You bet. And hospitality. And
oh, absolutely.
great
This
they've
was
been to
great.
us over
Our
the
first
years.
time at Freedom, and
first time ever. That's hard
really
to believe.
enjoyed it.
Yep.
Thank you to everyone at Freedom and Little Chute for their help. But tonight belonged to Freedom from the very first play of the game.
First play of the game. No
of the
question about
Irish.
it. Yep. The very first play of the game. Little Chute bobbled that opening kickoff, and were stuck deep in their own territory. And that almost seemed to set the tone for the way the rest of their night was going to be. Their backs were they were like looking uphill for the entire ball game.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can get John Verhasselt to come over and join you for an interview as well. Number 6 there in the screen, couple of touchdowns tonight.
That would be great.
So,
all right, buddy.
That'll do it. We're going to send John down to the field for that interview. And week 7 is in the books here in the Northeastern Conference, where Freedom moves to 7-0 on the season with a 23-0 win over Little Chute. The postgame show begins after this timeout. Actually, let's stay here. Let's stay here because the highway end sign is coming out. So we'll keep it here, guys. The coaches have it in the very front line. So we're going to keep it here. I don't know if you have another camera angle there, Tom. It's coming from the other side. Coach Evers has the sign, Highway N. There he is, carrying the Highway N sign, the trophy for this rivalry, going back to Freedom. And nice gesture. The hugs for the head coach, and the Highway sign is now back in Freedom. Once again, they lead that series now 20-18. Now we'll take our timeout. Post-game show coming up after this timeout. You're watching Showdown on My New 30. We get a look at Little Chute after the game tonight. Hey, I want to thank our instant replay sponsor tonight, Simon's Cheese, our instant replay sponsor all season long. Simon's is the home of multiple world champion cheeses. Simon's Cheese, located off of Highway 41 at the Little Chute exit. Stop there today. And Coach Matea being interviewed on the field right now by some other media outlets. So we're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll hear from the winning coach and hopefully one of the players or two as Freedom celebrates the Highway and Highway Sign Trophy with a 23-0 win over Little Chute. We'll be right back. Well, the seniors here at Freedom celebrating the big victory tonight and winning the county and highway sign once again, the big trophy between these two rivals of Little Chute and Freedom. So a big night here for the seniors on senior night and homecoming with a 23-0 win over Little Chute. Let's throw it back down to Johnny Mino, getting ready to interview the winning coach, Frank Matea. Tonight's post-game interview is brought to you by Gallagher's Pizza, now in 4 locations, including De Pere, East Green Bay, West Green Bay, and their newest location in Swamico. Johnny.
Yes, sir, Teddy, thank you very much. Well, Coach, I have to be honest with you. I'm not going to mention any names. One of your assistant coaches told me, because I said, boy, you guys started out slow last week. He goes, do me a favor. Don't mention that to Coach. Don't mention that to Coach. So I'm just going to say this. Nothing about last week, but wow, did you guys start out fast tonight.
Well, we talked about that before the game. We talked about
coming. Kind of a point of emphasis, wasn't it?
It was a point of emphasis. Yeah. We were, actually hoping to be on defense because sometimes if you happen to make the right call, it's easiest to. Exactly right. That's the phrase we used was to set the tone right away. in this game, it's different every game, but in this game we made an aggressive call to start the game, and it went well, and things sort of snowballed from there. And they're young, and when they start to get the fever, it's kind of fun to watch. So
I kind of got that feeling like from the early onset with the way you guys, your first defensive stand, Little Chute had to be thinking they're playing uphill a little bit, and then your very first play on offense where you take it 45 yards for the touchdown, you couldn't have scripted a better first 3 minutes of the ball game.
No, it was a really good start, and at that point we had to kind of get them down off the moon and tell them there's a whole lot of game left, but it was a really excellent way to start. And we've had some games where we've gotten ourselves in a hole, and then there were a couple games where we tried to get out by digging faster, and we really talked a lot about not getting into that situation and setting the tone early on both sides of the ball. And fortunately, we were fortunate to be able to do so against a good team tonight.
Well, I thought one of the big keys was you came into the ball game having thrown for over 1,000 yards, so you have to watch for that. But you guys ran the ball so well early on that every play fake after that had to be totally respected by their defense.
Well, you're right. And, one of the key things is when you have an offense where the quarterback also has to be respected as a runner. Exactly. That's enormously stressful on a defense if he can throw also. Yeah. And, we had some shots that we didn't hit tonight, but truthfully, when they have to respect him in both areas, it makes it really, really stressful for a defensive coordinator. I know that when I'm calling defense against a coordinator like that, I go through a lot more Tums. So,
well, you pitched the shutout tonight, and I just thought, and I was talking to this before the game, before the interview, I thought your safeties did a tremendous job of recognition, not hesitating, and coming up and filling.
And they do, and they're both really smart. They both did this all year last year in this same defense, and our defense actually they make most of the coverage calls on the field based on what they see, and in some of those calls they are primary run support, so they know when they need to come flying up.
And you got a quarterback doing that.
We do, and there's some times where sometimes your heart's in your throat with that a little bit, but he's excellent at it, and you just can't take a special player off the field like that.
One last thing, that number 6 isn't bad. I'd keep him around.
Yeah, he's around. He's right there. The amazing thing is we have him for another year after this, but we got our eyes on this year first. So,
Coach, congratulations! What an impressive win from start to finish. I mean, it really and truly was. Not blowing smoke, my friend. From start to finish, that was as impressive as we've seen this year.
Thank you very much, John, and it's nice to see you again.
Thank you, my friend. Congratulations, Coach. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, where's my man, number 6? Get over here. Could you think of another way to score tonight other than what you did? I mean, come on. Is there anything else?
What was that?
Is there any other way to score than the way you did it tonight? First play of the game, taking the distance. What happened in the end zone with that fumble? Can you describe that?
I didn't really know what was going on. I just saw the ball on the ground. I just hopped on it.
What a bizarre play, though, huh?
Yeah, that was. I still don't know what happened.
Tell me about taking it the distance when you went the distance.
I don't know. The linemen and wide receivers blocked super well for me, and it was a super big hole, and I just kept running.
I mean, nobody expects to do that in the first play of the game.
No, not really. It was a surprise.
Tell me about playing defense. How much do you like playing defense?
Oh, that's the best part of the game. Just hit someone every play.
Tell me about going up for a pick.
It's probably the best feeling ever when you come down with the pick.
Now, you've got how many? 6.
Sure. 6? I got 6.
And that leads the state.
Does it?
Yes. Didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that, no.
So there you go. Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys played pretty much as complete a game as you could ask for tonight, didn't you? Offense and defense.
Yeah, we've definitely missed some shots. We can play better, but a shutout was always nice.
Where are you guys at right now? And I know you're getting close playoff time. Where are you guys right now from the start of the season and where you want it to be at this point of the season?
Well, we're obviously doing super well, but we can definitely get better, keep improving, take game by game.
I got to say one little shutout for your quarterback. That kid comes up and hits as hard as any quarterback I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it gets scary sometimes when he's laying on the ground, but he does hit super hard.
Homecoming, under the lights, full house. Couldn't ask for anything much better than this in high school football, can you?
No, this is a lot of fun. Probably one of the best games.
Awesome. Congratulations. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Teddy?
right. Thank you very much, John. Congratulations to John, Frank, and the entire Freedom Irish team. 23-0 win over Little Chute. Freedom now 7-0 on the season. We'll be back to tell you about next week after this timeout.
That did not go over as well as I planned.
So back at Freedom, where the Irish celebrated a big win tonight, 23-0. Getting ready for a big game next week, John. West Appear making the trip over to Wrightstown, a big non-conference matchup. Phantoms 7-0 on the season, taking on the Wrightstown Tigers. Haven't heard a final score on their game tonight, but they've only had one loss so far this season, and that was to this Freedom team.
Yeah, no shame losing to this Freedom team, I'll tell you that. West Appear team, we used to see a lot, Ted, back in the day. Remember with Coach Turnquist over there with those great teams that they had in Tollefson at quarterback, McNabb at running back, those big linemen. We used to have a lot of fun with that team that went on to some state titles. Haven't seen them in a couple of years, but kind of interesting going out of conference like that, taking on a Wrightstown team that's having a really good year. And as we mentioned, that their one loss was to this team right here. So I'm looking forward to that one. When you have a matchup between a couple of teams that don't play each other, I think that adds a little bit of excitement to it.
Absolutely. And again, Wrightstown started tonight number 6 in the state in Division 4, and West Appear started in Division 2, ranked number 2. So it'll be an interesting matchup. Our coverage begins at 6:30 next Friday night right here on My New 32. Want to thank everyone from Freedom, especially Linda Olson and everyone here with the Freedom Irish for all their hospitality. Big win for the Freedom Irish tonight, 23-0 over Little Chute. The Irish now 7-0 on the season. For John Mino, I'm Ted Stefanik saying so long, everyone. We'll see you next week in Wrightstown.